Valid
All right, 5 seconds, gentlemen.
Through 12/18. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Gentlemen, mics are hot. Let's have a day.
By the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
A good Friday to you. Roc and Manuch with you today. We got Jax and Bannon at the iHeartRadio studios. Wright Toyota is our home today for the next 3 hours. As this hour, it's all of us. We're going to bring it to you for the next hour, and then we'll start bringing in some guests in hour number 2. We'll catch up with the Fiesta Bowl CEO and Executive Director Eric Moses, Kevin Rowe with his picks. We'll get our handicapper Scott Spreitzer. Mark May will also stop by, and we'll go out to Carolina and catch up with Andrew Carter, a sports reporter for the Raleigh News Observer. So we got a lot to get into today. Last night, I found myself watching the Valley Suns. And did I ever pick a game to watch the Valley Suns? And they played the South Bay Lakers, which is led by Bronny James, of course, LeBron James' kid. And he had a day. 30 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 13 to 23. 25 minutes. It was an impressive outing.
The kid got some game.
He reminds me, and I thought of this when I was watching, and if I say this on the air, I was thinking, if I bring this up on the air tomorrow and I say this, I'm going to get, my house is going to get egged. But I
put it out there, Roc.
I saw a little Kobe in him.
Okay.
Not LeBron, but some of the mannerisms and the way he would bring up the ball and how he would just kind of do his thing. I could also say that, hey, he didn't look like he played a lot of defense, but I thought he looked really good. And, and at the same time, got to see some of the Phoenix Suns because I didn't even know the games were on TV.
I didn't either.
Arizona Family has it on. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I got to see Ty Washington Jr., who had 24 points. But who really stood out to me was David Stockton. Of course, his dad, the longtime Jazz superstar, who had 16 points and looked so much like his dad. And he was fun to watch. I mean, everybody's talking about LeBron's kid. And I'm like, oh, well, what about Dave Stockton? I mean, David Stockton.
David.
I mean, kid looked great too. I mean, had a great career at Gonzaga, and then now here he is with the Suns. But it was fun to see them. They ended up winning 106-100 at Mullet Arena. But of course, the story was Bronny James, and we've been making a lot of fun of Bronny James. I wish
Jimmy
B was here because he's such a big fan of LeBron James. But the fact that they were using him as a marketing tool.
He was a prop. He was a prop.
But to see what he did last night, and it's against really good competition. G League, don't knock it. There's some really good players in that league.
Well, and you think of guys developing. It's a great development league, and if a kid has any semblance of game that can develop his game, go get some reps, and then eventually maybe they come up and down during the season with the big team. It's all well and good. Last time I saw Bronny James was last year at USC after the whole heart issues, and had a chance to watch him. At the time he was trying to get back at it, handled the ball well, shot fairly well, just didn't see that juice in him that everybody was talking about. But, I'll have to tune in and watch him. If he's got that shooting, he's confident, he's developing his game. And then you get a kid like a John Stockton's son, David Stockton. You see some of those young men whose fathers played the game. You see the fundamentals, you see the basics within them. So I'll have to tune in. Bronny James can develop, second-round pick. Remember that, folks, that he can develop and get to the point where the Lakers want him to. Then they might come up and go down, up and down periodically.
I want to talk more about Stockton because I didn't even know he was on the Suns.
David Stockton? I didn't either.
No idea.
I didn't either.
Because I was like, who's
now, Ty? I know Ty.
Yeah. And then, I'm like, okay. And then, I'm like, all right. So I'm Googling him.
Sure.
And I'm like, wow. 8 years he's been in the G League.
8 years.
8 years.
He's a lifer.
Considered a veteran in the G League. He's appeared in 220 games in the G League. He's averages about 16.5 points, 7 assists. Last year, he was part of the Pacers G League affiliate in Fort Wayne, the Mad Ants. But I was like, wow. I mean, he's 8th in the league in assists, and the guy could be somebody that if somebody got hurt,
sure,
the guy's got a lot of experience.
When you say that for the amount of time, I think of a minor leaguer in AAA.
Yeah,
he's been there for 6, 7. He's a catcher. He's an outfielder. He's one of those great guys to have on your team that can help develop young guys or be an example for young guys before they go to the big leagues. So that's what that reminds me. Maybe he is a good example for some of the guys, the way he handles himself and the way he carries on, the way he plays, so guys can see if they do get the call up to the Suns or to the Lakers or what have you. But that's interesting. I had no idea John Stockton's son, David Stockton, was part of the Suns.
Jimmy Butler, the trade rumors still continue. Last night he dyed his braids in orange.
Hint, hint, maybe subliminal message, Rock.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, it is. Yep, it is.
Again, I'll say it again. We didn't think Kevin Durant was going to come here.
We sure didn't.
This could happen. Now it's just this tax apron stuff. It's way over my league. We need to bring somebody on and kind of break that down. But I have no idea.
There may not be that many people that know that. I'm sure the accountants or some of the NBA guys.
Similar to the quarterback rating. Very similar. You can't explain.
I can't. All I know is
you make somebody. Joe.
Yeah, what here? All QB rating is, guys, is just okay. How effective, how efficient, completions, incompletions, touchdown passes, no interceptions. There's this formula that goes in this blender that's just how efficient is that quarterback? Is he completing passes? Is it touchdowns? Touchdown to interception ratio. If a guy's 25 for 20 or 25, he's got 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and his QB rating is 95. That's pretty damn good. I think the QBR is kind of like a common sense thing. You look at the QBR for guys like,
it's not common sense, Manuch. I'm sorry.
Well, if
you give somebody a perfect and he has an incompletion.
Well, think about it. The other day was who was 22 of 26 the other day? 22 of 26, 3 touchdown passes, had no interceptions, no sacks, was effective. You get a perfect QB rating. Now, the amount of passes you have to throw. Now, there's that part of the equation too. All the high QB rating, a perfect QB rating is nothing more than a guy had a phenomenal game. He had some touchdown passes, hardly any incompletions, and he led his team to a victory in that particular game. So that's about as mathematically inclined as I can get with the QBR.
But that's not accurate. There's so many more numbers that are attached to that.
Well, there's
QBR.
There's the old, the old metric, the mix, medius, and mode that they get into. So you need a mathematician to kind of break it down for you.
Raw QPR equals G, which is divided by the adjusted EPA over the action plays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Like I just said.
It's a joke. But Suns are going to be on the floor tonight. Utah is where they are going to play. The injury report looks as though Kevin Durant right now is probable on returning from that ankle sprain. He may not go tonight. The Jazz are pretty banged up. Laurie, what's his name?
Markkinen.
Markkinen.
Yeah, Markkinen.
Sorry, Markkinen. Lower back injury. He's probably not going to go tonight at all, which he's their best player.
Well,
they got a couple other guys that are banged up, so they're all questionable. So they could go in there and play a team that they should beat no matter what. Even if they are 1-9 without Kevin Durant.
If they said you should win tonight with, you'd hope one of them or two of them, but maybe they hold on to them and feel they got Portland on Sunday night. That game will be here, and then they got basically a 3-game homestand with Portland, Indiana, and Detroit. Now the Indiana and Detroit games Thursday and then next Saturday. So there's some time off for KD, but I think maybe Sunday night against Portland. If not, they don't play again until Thursday night against Indiana.
A lot of great college basketball locally tomorrow as ASU heads to Atlanta. They're going to face the 13th ranked Florida Gators. It's called the Holiday Hoops Giving. The Devils quietly have won 6 in a row. They're 8-1 on the season. Arizona faces number 21 UCLA in the Hall of Fame rivalry. That'll be at Footprint. GCU is playing Georgia in Atlanta as they are down there as well in the Holiday Hoopsgiving, as they are 6-2 on the season. And then NAU is in the news as they are playing Pepperdine.
You wonder if they're still going to play. The Pacific Coast Highway was still shut down as of yesterday because of the fires, but it sounds like they're going to clear that. They had some rain the last couple of days, so hopefully GCU can get to that. We had Mitch Stroman on, play-by-play voice for the Lumberjacks on Wednesday with our campus quickies, and he said the only problem they will have is that they can get through on Pacific Coast Highway, because that is what leads in and out of Pepperdine. So it sounds like, at least for now, that game is still on, depending on the fires and the availability to get to Pepperdine.
Our headlines brought to you by Twin Peaks and the fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. You can do it daily, and it's a great contest. No purchase necessary. Standard message data rate supply. And watch all of your football and basketball at Twin Peaks. Coming up, sounds of last night. You'll hear from Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Coach Shanahan on one player that refused to play. That's coming up next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Christmas music
You're clear.
is now on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ. Christmas music playing throughout the holidays on 99.9 KEZ. Set a button. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me, free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Attention drivers, stay alert, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, supports the move over law. If you see emergency lights, move over and slow down. Let's keep our roads safe for everyone. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. While the sun may set when the game starts, it only makes the sun shine brighter.
Booker waiting, finds Allen, and Allen brings the boom. Off the Nurkic screen, lines up the three, and knocks it down.
Bradley Beal has been playing excellent basketball.
Join us on Sunday, December 15th at 6 p.m. as your Phoenix Suns take on the Portland Trailblazers. Get your tickets now at suns.com.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com, Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Flare him out, and the pass caught and then dropped over the middle. Deebo Samuel would have had the first down and maybe a touchdown had he caught it. Now the crowd, of course, is responding to the fact, give me the ball, and look what happened.
Clip ends 15 seconds. Mics are hot.
Coverage, well designed, exactly what he wants. He just starts to look ahead of where he wants to run with the football before he secures it. I mean, it's man-to-man. There's a safety in the middle, but Brock Purdy put it in front of him where he could run after the catch, which the Niners are legendary for, and he just drops the football.
Deebo. Wide open catch. Likely a touchdown. It was third down. Score was tied at 3. And in the third quarter,
he walks in, Rock. He walks in.
You hear the fans.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear the fans yelling and screaming.
If you're going to pop off like that and just, it's kind of like Keyshawn Johnson would say, hey, just give me the damn ball. That's what he insinuated on social media. Catch the damn ball, score. You had an easy 6 points right there to go in there. And I think fans are like, hey, all right, if you're gonna ask for it and you drop an easy catch. I mean, he catches that. There's nobody around him. He goes in for the touchdown very easily.
So let me ask you this: do you think if you went in for Joe Ferguson, all right, you're the backup quarterback,
right,
and you play say 12 straight games,
yep,
and 500, you've played pretty well,
right.
Joe comes back, he's healthy,
right.
You wouldn't have a problem him taking the job, even though you've earned the right. You proved that you could play.
I would love to go back and start again, but if he's the starter, been the starter for 7-8 years, and I've been doing my job as a backup, and then he's healthy, goes back in. That's just the way it is. Now it's a hard pill to swallow. I'll be honest with you, it'd be a very hard pill to swallow. Hey, we're 500. We're in the hunt. We're in the thick of it. Joe comes back, hasn't played in say 5 or 6 weeks, but he's been practicing for 3 or 4 weeks. And Joe is Joe. So he comes back in. What am I going to say? I mean,
nothing you could say. I'm just asking how you would feel.
I would feel, I'd be very disappointed, Rock. I mean, I'm on a roll. I'm feeling good. Hey, I got this. And then all of a sudden, Joe comes in again. I got to respect where he's been and what he's done with our team, and then just be ready to go back in if I need to.
So somewhat similar to what happened last night. You got Devondre Campbell, who is the linebacker for the 49ers, who is played 90% of the defensive snaps.
Yep.
Started 12 of the first 13 games of this season. Was benched because Dre Greenlaw, who had been injured in the Super Bowl, was back.
Right.
And got his job back. Then everything hits the fan yesterday in the game. As he refused to enter the game. You've probably seen it. It's been the biggest story today. He refused to go into the third quarter when Greenlaw got injured.
Yeah, I don't know if his knee or it wasn't his Achilles. We know that.
But, Greenlaw had a good first half.
He did. Sure did.
8 tackles. But, he left with a soreness in his Achilles tendon. He did. Yeah. So, Campbell refused to enter. Here's what Brock Purdy had to say after the game.
Did you know that Devondre said during the game he didn't want to play? Kyle told us that. And how disappointing is that? If you didn't know, or if you do know that happened.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, obviously, I'm
clip ends 10 seconds.
And where we're at. I didn't know until after the game, to be honest, that Devondre, was not playing, and I don't really know what to say to that. So
he took the high road there. He didn't say anything about it, but George Kittle, he didn't hold back.
I don't like distractions on the sideline. I think that's ignorant.
Clip ends 10 seconds.
Just dumb. It's just stupid, and it's very immature. And I just don't. I don't see how I just don't see how you can do something like that to your team.
And then Kyle Shanahan, the head coach, ripped into him as well after the game.
What happened with Devondre Campbell? He didn't play, and he went into the locker room at some point.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to play today.
Play today?
Yep.
The coaching staff?
He did when I asked him why he didn't want to go in. So.
During the game or before?
No, that was in the third quarter.
Has that ever happened to you? Where
clip ends 15 seconds.
Play in a game?
No.
he got demoted for this game, right? I mean, he was not going to play.
No, he was gonna go in when Dre came out.
Who's Devondre Campbell?
I don't. We'll figure out something, but I don't know that right now.
Yeah, they'll figure out something. It just came out that they're either going to suspend him or waive him. I don't even waste any time.
Cut him.
I just, if I'm Kyle Shanahan in that locker room, I could Devondre Campbell, just pack your, your crap, and we'll see. We'll get to your agent in the morning. But as of right now, you're gone. You cannot. Number one, you can't suspend him because you can't bring him back in that locker room. They don't want him there. Everybody's upset, and he knew he's going to probably have to play at some point, depending on how long Dre Greenlaw could go. Soreness, the Achilles, your back. As you mentioned, 8 tackles, 3 solo tackles. He was all over the place. Now, how long he could last, kind of pitch count they put on him. Devondre Campbell, 8-9-year vet, being a true pro, which he should be, should be ready to go just in case things aren't working out. And he didn't. So when Greenlaw came out, they said, hey, you're in. I don't want to go in. All right, then pack see ya, bye, you're gone. You cannot bring that kid back to this team. There's no way you go back in that locker room.
They won't. You can tell from Shanahan after the game.
Yeah.
And that was only part of the presser. He had a lot more to say. Hey, all that sound is brought to you by the 49ers and 95.7 The Game there in the Bay Area. And it's brought to you today by the Trophy Bar, home for Monday Night Football. This Monday, it's a double shot of football as the Bears are at the Vikings and the Falcons are at the Raiders. So come on out and join us. We'll broadcast from 1 to 4. And then we'll host the promotion at 6:15 as it's a great place. It's been packed, and we encourage you to come on down. On this day, here we are on Friday the 13th, and the Mega Millions today, the jackpot is $670 million.
Got my tickets?
Yep, and there have been 7 jackpots that have been won on Friday the 13th, including a $1.3 billion jackpot last January. I know Jax is happy about this. Taylor Swift is 35 today. I know he's big into that. And SpaceX is planning, and it just went off about an hour and a half ago, a unmanned launch. And the first up, they plan to launch the rocket on the Starlink mission that went out. California went out about 12 o'clock. Then they plan to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from Florida later tonight around 8:30. So you got 2 rockets going up, which maybe they can knock into those drones that are in Jersey.
No kidding.
Dude, what is wrong with our world?
I don't know, man. They're saying
there's clearly something there.
Can't they shoot them down or
blow them up?
Exactly.
What is the government? Who's running the country right now?
Well,
honestly,
I don't know.
Trying to be political with you.
No, it seems
but
this
is an actual joke.
Well,
right
it seems like Trump is getting pretty much involved with a lot of stuff.
Good.
Which
Somebody
is fine.
will. That's why you hired. That's why you.
But you remember now. You remember that's a state issue. It's not a government issue. It's a state issue.
Yeah.
So
Jerseys are run by Democrats.
Well, whatever. Somebody should.
No, it's not whatever. That's clearly who they run it.
I don't know
from
what.
there.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
It's unbelievable.
Either shoot them down.
Shoot
I
those
don't know.
drones down.
Send your own drone up there to see what's going on.
Hey, I was going to get into this later, but Bannon, can you pull that sound of these pilots? I pulled some sound.
We can play whatever. I'm ready.
Yeah, 4 pilots. Okay, 4 pilots. Listen to this.
We're seeing 3 or 4 targets. They're all altitudes up and down. It's pretty crazy. So, they're shooting way up. We'd say maybe up to the 50s, it looks like.
4 different lights going up and down.
Clip ends 10.
But you're seeing it right in front of you now, too, as well?
Moving in like a circle, like a corkscrew pattern. Visually, I have eyes on what looks like an aircraft strobe that's at my 2 o'clock.
I find it so
fascinating.
Yeah, for a month now. People from New Jersey have been reporting these car-sized drones, and there's videos, and it's unbelievable.
What are they filming? What are they scoping in on in New Jersey of all places?
Close to New York.
Well, I got that. Now, didn't Trump have some Mar-a-Lago drones above him about a week ago? There was drones above his facility there, Mar-a-Lago. They've got that, but these have been pretty much focused in New Jersey. And I'm like you.
And I heard there's some in Oregon.
Yeah. What's next? They're saying, well, Iran's really developed their drone system. We'll go up there and shoot them down.
Yeah,
whatever.
I guarantee you, if Trump was in office right now, those things would not be up there. Clearly wouldn't be up there. Hey, real quick on this day, one of the best movies of all time that was filmed, part of it in Tempe in the Sun Devil Stadium, was Jerry Maguire 28 years ago today. And everyone remembers this line for you Sun Devil alum.
Show me the money!
The next one. That was supposed to be second.
Yeah. Get one more there, Bannon.
Broke Arizona Rapids.
Rod.
I went to Arizona State.
Rod.
I'm a Sun Devil, man.
And now you want Arizona dollars.
Exactly.
I understand
And
what you're
Jerry,
saying,
I'm
Rod.
sitting here with an ant problem. I got ants going up and down my hallway.
Great movie.
The part about the ant problem, I forgot about that. I got an ant problem,
Two.
man. And he makes him show me the money. That's classic movie. Filmed out there at Sun Devil Stadium. Used the Cardinals complex to the nth degree. And they said Tom Cruise, good, nice guy during the whole time.
Little guy. He's like he's the same size as Jimmy B.
They said he was.
I thought you were going to say me. I was like,
no. They said
Jimmy's little guy.
he's smaller than they thought. 5 foot nothing.
Last one, 21 years ago today, U.S. soldiers captured Saddam Hussein in a raid of a farm about 10 miles outside of his hometown, where he was in a little hole.
Yeah, he was hiding underneath in a big old cavern, if you will. Saddam Hussein finally tracked him down and pulled him out of that hole. What is with the folks over there with these tunnels they've got going all over the place? Even the guy that just escaped from Syria, went over to Russia, he escaped through going through his palace. He had this tunnel went about a mile or so off the grid that they were unaware of, and he escaped, got on a plane, went to Russia. I mean, they're tunnels, man, getting all over the place.
Hey, up next, Bill Belichick's surprising move to UNC. It will bring an end to the coach's brief and busy stint in the sports media. But which ones? Everyone's wondering what he's going to still do. I'll be able to share that and details on this contract as well. So kind of the business side of the Belichick deal next as we continue from Wright Toyota at Roc and Manuch.
You're clear.
On Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Could be all hands on deck for the Suns tonight in Utah. Kevin Durant is probable coming off his sprained ankle. Yusuf Nurkic and Ryan Dunn also expected to return. The Cardinals home for the Patriots Sunday. Kyler Murray expecting New England to come in with a chip on their shoulder.
Coming here on Sunday, obviously, last year we're kind of in the same similar situation as them, and went on the road to Pittsburgh, Philly, and just they're going to come here and play hard. We understand that, and we got to be ready to go.
The Pats are 3-10. The Cardinals are 6-7. U of A will reportedly hire Marshall offensive coordinator Seth Dagey for the same position with them. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly's Sports
Hey, Jax, are you there right now?
dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and
Good. Hey, do you want me to piece these back to back to back?
Them on all season long at Upper Crust, located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit TacoSpotAZ.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
If your AC is over 10 years old and you're dreading the inevitable replacement, fret no more. This month, Parker & Sons has state-of-the-art high-efficiency heating and AC systems for $99 a month. Just $3 a day. Wow.
$3 a day? That's less than a fast food cheeseburger.
$3 a day? I'm paying that for a gallon of gas. And with a yearly utility savings in the $600 range, it pays to act now. Call Parker today at 602, the number 2, then REPAIR. Parker & Sons. We're not your average Joe. ROC 152656.
Sarah.
I ask you this respectfully, just at 72, why do you want to keep coaching? What's in it for you? You've proven yourself.
Mics are hot. Clip ends 10 seconds.
Your legacy is set. Why keep coaching?
Well, beats working.
Good.
You know, when you love what you do, and my dad told me this, when you love what you do, it's not work.
Bill Belichick in his presser yesterday, of course, University of North Carolina, and that job will bring an end to the coach's brief but busy stint in the sports media. Here's basically what he has been doing since he couldn't land another NFL job. The Pat McAfee Show, he's roughly on 30 minutes every Monday. The Manning Cast, which he co-hosts the first half of the Monday night game. The Breakdown with Peyton and Belichick, that's he started 10 30-minute episodes on ESPN+. Inside the NFL, he's been a full-time cast member there. That's the longest-running show that airs like that. That's on the CW on Friday nights. Let's Go, which is something he co-hosts on Sirius XM, along with Jim Gray, Peter King, and Max Crosby of the Raiders. And then Coach with Bill Belichick, which is a digital show from the Underdog Fantasy, where he breaks down players. And Michael Lombardi, who's joining him as the general manager there at UNC, was doing that, as well as Matt Patricia. So it looks as though, at least according to some of these reports, the Manning Cast and the Breakdown, they only have one more program scheduled, and that's around the wild card weekend. The Pat McAfee Show, Inside the NFL, Let's Go, and Coach, we're all set to keep using him through the end of the NFL season. Now, all the networks have not commented on what the future will hold, but I'm sure with the contract that he has, he's going to have to do his best to try to juggle them all. And I can't imagine that when you're taking over, UNC, that he's going to be able to do all that.
Only 6 gigs, Rock? That's all? Only 6? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I mean, like he's acting like he needs to make a living, for crying out loud. Yeah, I think he loves to be active. He loves football so much. He wanted to be out there to share his knowledge. And I really appreciate whenever I can catch Bill Belichick, his knowledge, his understanding of the game. But you're right. Now, going to UNC, it's recruiting, getting your staff hired, getting everything laid out with Mike Lombardi, understanding the rules and regulations of college football. There are so many things. Now, he might have 5 minutes to pop in here or there, or he just says, guys, I'm out, void the contract. I don't think that they'd hold him, obligate him to finish out a broadcast contract.
You never know with these contracts. They can prorate it, but I would assume that he would have to finish out his contract.
Well, he may, to the point of, as long as it fits into his schedule. Now, he's going to be busy. And then who knows? Maybe he wants to do a couple of hits for North Carolina. He won't be able to really comment about NFL stuff. Maybe it's college stuff. Maybe
somebody may get in his ear and say, hey, start wearing your UNC gear
while
you're doing all this.
There you go. Maybe you start marketing UNC. Here's some of the things I'm working on, and kind of take it from there.
So yesterday they did present to him a Tar Heel short sleeve hoodie. I thought that was pretty cool. officially making him the next head coach. So the details have come out on his 5-year deal. According to this term sheet that was released, he is set to earn a base salary of $1 million plus $9 million in guaranteed supplemental income for each of the first 3 years of this deal. Now, the supplemental income is not guaranteed in years 4 and 5. Now, there's some other key details in this deal. If he terminates his contract before June 1st of next year, so roughly just over 6 months, right, he will owe UNC $10 million. But if he decides to leave after June 1st, his buyout drops to just $1 million.
So,
think about that.
Yeah. So if the
How could you not want to make $6 million $10 million for 6 months?
you know what?
And then an NFL comes calling and says, "Hey, I know it's late in the game, but we don't report to camp for another month. We need you."
That'd be
there's going to be 8 jobs, 8 jobs, right?
Yeah, that'd be a wish list right there because that would never happen unless the other thing I can think of is it seems listening to him that he's committed to this. Now, if somebody gives him a Godfather offer in the National Football League, so they want to offer him, let's say $10 million a year.
Well, that's what he's making now.
That's what he's making now. So if he goes, you know what, UNC, I thought about this, rethink this. I'm going to move on. Let's say they come to him at the end of January, somebody, and they say, we'll give you this, bonuses, all the above. He'll if he wants to get back in the National Football League, and that's really where he wants to be, then he'll cut a check for $10 million. And heck, whoever hires him in the National Football League may pay half of that for him.
Well, the highest paid coach in the NFL is Andy Reid at $18 million plus.
Making that much?
Sean Payton is also $18 million. Sean McVay is $14. Tomlin is $12.5, and rounding out the top 5, the most recent head coach to be signed is John. Well, no. I'm sorry. I thought it was Jim. It's John. John is
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh is at $12 million.
Yeah, and if anybody's going to hire Bill Belichick, there's your comps right there. There's your comps. Okay, if you're going to bring him in he might say, look, if you give me 18 to 20 million, and my net is I got to pay out 10, I'm $10 million ahead at least the first year.
Now, there's an annual bonus pool of $3.5 million. So this is how that's structured. If he wins the ACC in his first year, that'll get him $300,000. Okay. He would also land another $750,000 just for making the playoffs.
Okay.
Now that amount will increase to $1 million if the Tar Heels make the quarterfinals, and if they go even more, if they advance again, it's another $250,000. And if he wins the CFP, it's $1.75 million.
So if he hits all his marks, Rock, he'll be about, with that guaranteed
3.5.
What's that?
3.5.
About 3.5, but plus the $9 million?
I should have let you go.
No.
Because I said it was an annual bonus pool, 3.5.
No, I got it, but plus his other $9 million, he's on top of that.
Oh, it's 10 total, so it's 13.5.
Exactly, that's what I was getting at.
But he's not at 18.
No, I know, but I mean, for college, he's blowing the doors off for where a lot of other guys, the Dabo Sweeneys of the world, the Nick Sabans, where they used to be. I think Mike Norvell's, what's he make, $8-9 million at Florida State, something like that. But yeah, if it's $13.5 million, let's say after it's all said and done, and an NFL team comes down the road, they'd have to trump it by at least another $10 million.
So I just pulled this up, and I don't know how accurate it is, but it's the first thing that popped up on Google. That Belichick was making $25 million a year in New England in 2023.
Wow. Because they never reported.
It said he is the highest paid coach in U.S. sports.
That just blows me away to hear that because we never really heard what he was making. They were very quiet about things in New England. The only thing you really heard about was Brady's contract where he was and how he would divvy it up in order to bring other good players in. And I think he was close
and
to
I looked at
another.
I Googled on a different search engine and it had him at $20 million. So either way, he's in that 20 to $25 million range.
Absolutely.
So if he decides to leave, as I mentioned, he could do it, and it only costs him $1 million before the season starts. Also, the GM compensation is guaranteed. Of course, we've talked about it. Michael Lombardi is going to join him as the GM, And according to the term sheet, they did a deal where his deal matches the head coach. The GM matches the head coach at the compensation level. But again, you got to remember, he's getting paid $1 million a year plus the
$9.
Yeah, the structures, the bonus stuff, the $9.
Sure,
so
sure.
it won't exceed 1.5. So Lombardi's going to get about $1 million or $1.5 million to be the GM.
And I think that those are some of the things that Bill Belichick wanted to work out before he signed the deal. There was the GM situation, the staff, the NIL, the collective, all that.
And I'll give you that. So the support staff, which includes the GM, is $5.3 million.
Okay.
The salary pool for the assistant coaches is $10 million.
Okay.
And then $1 million for the strength coaches.
So you'll probably see his offensive, defensive coordinators be about $1 million, $1.2 million, and you'll see those assistants making anywhere from $100,000 to $350,000. These guys nowadays in major colleges, like, they get paid quite handsomely, and I think he wanted to make sure if he's going to go after really good assistants that they get paid that way. They get paid, fair market value.
Maybe more than that.
And it might be. It may very much might be that.
It's fascinating. We're going to go out to Raleigh 3 o'clock, and we'll get a perspective from that area on Bill Belichick. I am fascinated by this.
I still am. Right.
Just
you kind of pitch yourself.
And then I also go and I'm it's not a fair comparison, but you think of Herm Edwards, who spent some time with the Chiefs and the New York Jets as a head coach, and when he came to the college ranks, granted he had spent some time in the college ranks before, but the game had changed so much, and then spent some time in the media for a long time, and we know how good he is in the media, and that didn't work out. And he did the same thing. He brought in some big name coaches too.
He did.
Former players
and consultants.
Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can make the comparison. It's not really fair. Bill Belichick, Herm Edwards, they're definitely not on the same playing field, but they're still, NFL coaches, head coaches go into the college ranks.
And Rock, it's still about the players. You got to go get the players. I mean, you got to go get the guys that are going to enhance your program. Nowadays, you got to pay it. But you got to also remember Ray Anderson, who is the athletic director, would not buy in to the NIL at the time. Remember, he was real reluctant. He and Herm were both reluctant to do that. Then they realized, oh, my gosh, these other guys are going off into other schools. We're losing these guys because it's $100,000, $500,000, 5-6 years ago. That was big money for the collective.
This portion of the program is brought to you by friends over at All City Towing. Join the team at the largest towing company in Arizona. They are hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel, and you get all kinds of benefits. They have a healthy 401k, employer match, great health benefits, employer paid life insurance. They even give you a monthly fuel allowance. So if you are ready to take your career to the next level, you're looking to turn the page in 2024 into 2025, visit them online at allcitytowing.com. That's All City Towing, where your future is on the move. We got football at 50, and it's a flashback Friday. Do you remember the Duke scandal, the lacrosse scandal? You're not going to believe what came out today about that. That's next here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit Fox910GameDay.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Ragle. Crest Insurance, coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600. 800-486-9600.
Ever find holiday shopping overwhelming? We've got to figure out what they want and then find it all too. Enter Kohl's. They have the best gifts all in one spot. The toys your kids have been asking for, the silk PJs she's been eyeing, and the stylish sweater he'll love. And you can get 20% off some of your gifts during their customer appreciation event. Yep, holiday shopping at Kohl's is the move. Select styles, offers end December 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to toys. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football.
Mics are hot, gentlemen. Mics are hot.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
So the Rams kicked off Week 15 last night with a 12-6 win over the 49ers as 4 field goals by Cardi.
What a barn burner that was, huh?
Oh, man.
That was a rough game to watch.
So third straight win for the Rams. The action will continue on Sunday, 13 more games. And it's highlighted by the Broncos and Colts, Mile High. Lions and Bills. And how about Russell Wilson and the Steelers pay visit to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles? Those 2 games, the last 2 I mentioned, are in that afternoon block along with the Cardinals and Patriots. And then the night game, Seahawks host the Packers. That should be a good one as well.
It's going to be a good game. Very good game.
And then we have a Monday night doubleheader. Vikings will host the Bears and the Raiders and Falcons. I don't think a lot of people will be watching that one other than Raider fans.
Falcons should win that game. They have to win that game to keep pace with Tampa.
I think the Raiders are just trying to get that first round.
Oh, are they ever? Play hard. Wink, wink.
College football tomorrow. One of the most famous rivalries in all of college football goes down. Number 22, Army takes on Navy. This is the 125th Army-Navy game. Both teams had great seasons. Black Knights, they won the AAC. They were 11-1. Midshipmen, they were 8-3. You also got the Celebration Bowl that's played in Atlanta. And they'll have, what do we have? South Carolina State and Jackson State is playing as well. And then the Veterans Bowl, which is South Alabama and Western Michigan. So there are some games to bet, which is good.
You've been to that Army-Navy game.
Yeah.
That was must-watch growing up.
Yeah, I think it still is.
Oh, I think it is too.
All right, let's get into a little Flashback Friday. And I want to set this up correctly So you got to go back to 2006. And if you recall, some members of the Duke lacrosse team were alleged of a rape of a exotic dancer on a night of March 13th. They were at a party, an off-campus house party, and they admitted that they hired a couple, exotic dancers. And then one of the dancers accused 3 of the players of gang raping her. And, of course, the lacrosse players had apologized for the party and denied all the allegations. But that thing just went viral. Absolutely viral. One of the biggest stories of all time. Here is, after this all went down, they were, of course, dismissed of all the charges.
Acquitted.
Acquitted against all these guys. And here's one of the guys. And I'm getting to something here, but here this guy, this is one of the players that was accused, allegedly.
It's been 395 days since this nightmare began, and finally today it's come to a closure. From the very beginning, many of the men who are sitting in this room, including myself, Reed and Colin, have said that we are just as innocent today as we were back then. Nothing has changed. Facts don't change.
Clip ends in 10.
Wavered in our story. I'd also like to thank all the attorneys who are at the table before I get into anything. They've worked tirelessly. They've become family, and we owe them our lives.
So here we are 20 years later. The woman who claimed she was raped by the 3 members now says she made up the whole story. 20 years later, it comes out. Of course, she testified falsely against these guys, saying that they raped her in a bathroom. And here it is, as a Flashback Friday. She is serving a prison term for second-degree murder after she was convicted in 2013.
Bad gal, in other words.
No
Just a
question.
bad gal.
But
and
how she ruined those kids.
And I think the lesson that we learned at that time, everybody pumped the brakes. Guilty. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. It was somewhat the other way around. Well, how could they do this? And you kind of, okay, there's a couple of strippers. It's coming from this guy. And what the attorneys did such a great job of is the questioning, the pressure of putting this one guy on the stand, facts. If they did rape you, what evidence do you have from the hospital, whatever. I mean, they really dove in. But I think we all had to learn, look, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. We just need to just relax, because it was kind of that social media blow up and things are really.
And we didn't have social media like we do now.
No, not now.
Yeah.
But even the little that we had in 2006 was like, it was out there.
Yeah.
How these guys are liquored up. They're a bunch of lacrosse players. And
they were an easy target.
Yes.
The university took a big hit. We know a lot of Duke guys. I mean, I'm buddies with a guy who actually was on the Duke lacrosse team, not on that particular team.
Yeah.
But he was defending them like crazy back in like 2006.
Sure. Yeah, her story just never added up. And they finally, with the jury, said innocent, because there's no proof, no facts, no whatsoever.
Back pages. I always like to get into the back pages. New York Post had Jackpot. It's got a picture of Soto and his hands in the air. And it says Soto shows how good it feels to be a Met and have a $765 million deal. Daily News, a brand new start of it. Yankees' loss is Mets' gain as Soto finds he's king of the hill, top of heap in Queens. And then Newsday says king of Queens. Mets introduce Soto, who says he wants to grow a dynasty. In Chicago, the Sun-Times, crisis intervention. Not good there. What else do we have?
That one.
UNLV, or I should say the Las Vegas Review Journal says Rebels turn to Mullen. UNLV aims to build on success on hiring former SEC coach.
Good choice.
And I believe this is San Francisco washed away.
Not
yeah, good.
Unfortunately, the season's pretty much done, or is done for the 49ers.
Yeah.
That was it. They had to get that last drive. They never could get the ball back after a couple of first downs by the Rams.
Hey, Football 50 earlier was brought to you by the Dos Equis Game Day Show. It is on tomorrow between 11 and 1, hosted by Jax and Ben Garcia. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have a chance to roll the dice and win a whopping $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the quarterfinal game as Boise State's waiting. Also, each week there's other swag and things to give away, gift cards. Tomorrow they'll be at the Warner location at Phillies. So check it out. The Dos Equis Game Day Show, college football show. It's always at one of the four Philly sports bars. Well, I say Twin Peaks 100 times in the show.
It's very.
I say Phillies only a few times.
You know, Rock, it happens. It's okay. We knew what you were talking about. Phillies.
Executive Director, CEO of the Verbo Fiestable, Eric
15.
Moses, will join us to talk about the quarterfinal and the Rape Bowl with Manuch's
10
alma mater.
Go
Cats. We got Kevin Rowe, we got Scott Spreitzer, and more.
5.
And now we're number 2 from Wright Toyota. That's Roc and Manuch.
Roc and Manuch with
You're clear.
KB has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Keep listening to 99.9 KEZ on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music playlists and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some.
We got Eric Moses on hold.
Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Duke's! Where? Duke's! Miller and McDowell! Scottsdale!
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus, 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O Double G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence.
Yes, sir. We got Eric Moses on hold.
And Jake.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel the entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
It's expected to be a healthy Suns team when they take the court in Salt Lake City against the Jazz tonight.
Kevin Durant is probable after being out this time around since December 3rd with a sprained ankle. Also expected back Ryan Dunn and Yusuf Nurkic. The Suns have dropped 3 in a row. Also with a 3-game losing streak, the Cardinals, who meet the Patriots Sunday at State Farm Stadium. College ball tomorrow, it's ASU and number 7 Florida and GCU against Georgia at the Holiday Hoopsgiving event in Atlanta. Meanwhile, Arizona tangles with number 21 UCLA at Footprint Center in the Hall of Fame rivalry. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
We've got a great Friday ahead of us. That forecast high temperature warming up to 68 degrees. Then tonight, a chilly 45-degree low for us. Mostly sunny conditions throughout today with some extra clouds starting to build up as we head into our weekend. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by KFC. 'Tis the season to fill your table and feed the whole family with KFC's Festive Feast. Get 6 original recipe tenders, 6 pieces of classic fried chicken, 2 sides, and 3 sauces for just $25.99.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Time for our weekly visit with the Executive Director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses. This is our opportunity to talk high-level college football and check on the bowl selection process. Eric Moses, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
You got anything?
The 3rd seed in the college football
Mics are hot.
into the quarterfinal goes to Boise State.
Yeah, Boise State, the quarterfinal at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl in Glendale. And Eric Moses joins us now, as you heard the big voice guy. Eric, you got anything going on these days? You golfing a lot? What have you been doing?
Yeah, man, just twiddling my thumbs, sitting around thinking about, what I'm going to do in the new year. That's all. There's nothing going on over here.
Working on those New Year's resolutions already there, Eric? I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Boise State, they're 3-0 in this bowl game. They travel well. I know a lot of people would have loved to see Arizona State. I know you've fielded those questions, but the rules are the rules. But great story for ASU, and I know you wish them luck in the Peach Bowl. But talk about how excited Boise State is to be in waiting right now.
Yeah, they're really excited. I had the good fortune of being with their athletic director up in Las Vegas for the College Football Hall of Fame ceremony, and they were all beaming. Everybody's so excited. They love this marketplace. They love our game, and why wouldn't they, given that they're 3-0 in our game, to come down here. And there are some folks from Idaho in and around this area that are very excited. I got a text message from our friend Jake Plummer the other day, talking about some of his family from Idaho wanting to come down and follow Boise. So I think they're going to show well, and they're going to come ready to play.
You got a little flavor with Dirk Cutter as the offensive coordinator there for Boise State coming back to town as well, too. They talked him out of retirement last year, and he stayed around. He stuck around.
It looks like it's worked. I mean, they've got a guy who's we'll find out tomorrow whether or not Ashton Genty is going to win the Heisman, but whether he wins it or not, had a hell of a season this year and is being mentioned in the same breath with Barry Sanders and Ricky Williams and some of the all-time greats. So whatever they're doing up there with respect to their offense is working, and having Maddox Matson as a quarterback, a dual-threat quarterback, I think helps to open things up for Genty as well.
Eric Moses joining us here, Roc and Manuch. They'll be the winner of Penn State and SMU, a 6 versus 11. And as you know, Eric, Penn State has had some historic games on Frank Cush Field, Fiesta Bowl, 7-0, I believe. They've never lost. They would be a great team to have. Of course, I know you can't take favorites, but when it comes to history, it'd be pretty cool to see Penn State come back.
Yeah, again, we want to see a great first round game, and whoever wins, we will treat with the utmost respect and hospitality. But if we were predicting a little bit, and it was a Penn State Boise State game, you'd have a battle of the unbeaten in the Fiesta Bowl, 3-0 versus 7-0. So I think that'd be really interesting. And look, Penn State is there every year as one of the better teams in the country. But let's not forget, this is their first year being involved in the CFP playoff. They've not ever been involved before. And I think they did an analysis that said if we had the 12-team format for the last 10 years, Penn State would have been the team that would have most been included in an expanded field had the field been expanded from the very beginning. So they've got to be excited.
Eric, did this thing pretty much play itself out? Because I like the way it all ended up, and I like the quarterfinals. But it didn't pretty much play itself out the way you thought it would.
Yeah, we pretty much thought Boise would be here. They were in the final rankings ranked at least 5 spots above ASU, and so we knew that given that the Verbal Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl don't have historic ties to any particular conference, unlike the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, that they would assign the highest ranked conference champion based on proximity. And so Boise being closer to Phoenix than it is to Atlanta, we figured they would end up coming here. So that part was the way we thought. We knew they would either face a 5-12 winner or 6-11 winner. And so, yeah, it's working out the way we thought. The wild card that has been super exciting for all of us has been seeing ASU and what they were able to do to win a conference championship, their first year in the new conference, and being in the tournament to pursue a national championship. Regardless of what game they play in, that is going to be a benefit to the Valley and to the state and to that program for years to come.
Well, and ASU's got a pretty good history with the Peach Bowl. I remember that circa 1970. One 7th grader, Danny Manucci, trying to listen whatever we could as they took on North Carolina, that Peach Bowl, and the Sun Devils in the snow came away with a victory with quarterback like Joe Spagnola, J.D. Hill, Steve Holden. I mean, it was the first big bowl game ASU been on the map, so they've got a good history with the Peach Bowl.
Did you bring that up just because you wanted to rub my nose in it that my Tar Heels lost that game?
I'm just saying.
We mentioned that.
Yeah, that's it's just kind of this happens to be your alma mater. That's what I'm saying.
Speaking of that, did you have to take like 20% of your salary and send it to UNC? I mean, what's the deal there? Because there's a lot of money going out, with all these GMs and coaches, and there's a lot of money on this contract. So you're gonna have to step it up a little bit there, Eric.
Yeah, Chapel Bill may have 2 meanings, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be ringing my phone asking for some donations in support of our program. But I got to tell you, I'm excited as an alum to see us taking our football program this seriously. Yeah. The college game, as you guys know, is getting closer and closer to the pro game and the way that it's played and the way that it's run. And I think having a GM who's essentially going to be your salary cap person, and then having a coach who's got 2 fistful of Super Bowl rings and was a GM and the head coach in the league will be something that's very attractive, I think, to recruits and guys who want to play on the next level.
All right. The bowl season only has one Big Ten versus Big 12 matchup, and that is, of course, Kansas State and Rutgers. And he doesn't want to ask, so I will. He would like to do the coin flip if he can do that for his alma mater.
Thank you, Rock. I appreciate that.
Is there anything we can maybe make? Even if it's a fake one, we could just have him. You could do it like during warm-ups.
Stage it.
Yeah, don't have to do warm-ups.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. That's interesting. You might have to arm wrestle a couple of our board members who are K-State alums to do so. But let me think about that. I see if I can find a Rutgers person who can be out there with you guys. But you are on the list starting right now.
Okay, I've got a couple of cousins that may want to talk to you about that a little bit there.
But those cousins of Rutgers are bigger than cousins of Manhattan, Kansas.
They might be. If you see a black limo pull up there in the office and want to talk to you, we'll discuss it.
And seriously, Eric, for fundraising, I buy some tickets and things like that. Should I charge Manuch to face value on my tickets? I mean, I should probably charge him, right? Or should I give him to for Christmas?
I'll pay him. I'll pay for him, Rock.
You're not marking those up to get to your number? That's mighty nice of you.
I don't think I could go any higher with my number, Eric. I think I'm doing all right.
We can always try, my friend.
Let's talk about this game. Rutgers has been there before. I was fortunate to host Rutgers when they were here as a team liaison with Greg Schiano. I had some stories there. But they came in. It was a tough one for them because they played ASU last time. But this time you got Kansas State, who's very familiar with the Valley.
3.
This could be a really good matchup. I know Rutgers is trying to rejuvenate their football program. They're starting to get back on track again. So I know they're excited, and there's a lot of people from the Northeast that live out here that are going to probably want to make plans to go to this game.
Yeah, they told us they've got about 6,000 alums here in Arizona,
wow.
and so that's not an insignificant number. You guys may not know this, but I grew up in Central New Jersey and used to hang out at Rutgers as a high school kid, so I'm very familiar with that program, which didn't win very much of anything when I was growing up. But it's good to see guys like Shiano and now Rich Rod going back to programs where they had success, and I think Rutgers will be ready to play. They had a good season. They're 7-5. Obviously, K-State 8-4. So this is going to be a good game, and it's Big 10, Big 12 football. So I encourage people to hit tickets.ratebowl.com and get some tickets and come on out, because we've got some great offers, and it's going to be a fantastic game at 3:30 down at Chase Field.
Speaking of those tickets, Manuch, here's what you need to write down.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a special deal for just you and listeners.
I got it.
All right. It's a pretty awesome deal. 45% off savings.
Okay.
Eric already texted me this. 4 club levels tickets. 4 club level tickets for $400. And that's all you can eat food.
Yeah.
Eric will park your car in the garage.
Yeah.
Reduce fees. Ratebowl.com.
I'm all over that.
Good. Then I don't have to give it to him. Then. Perfect.
Bowl.
You make all that money. All those Brock Purdy, just call him for a loan.
Yeah, I could use a loan from him once a new contract hits. So Ray could call Eric for tickets.
Seriously, that's just for everybody. In all honesty, Ratebowl.com and 4 club level seats for $400. How about that? All you can eat food, garage parking pass, reduced fees. So check that out. Ratebowl.com.
What's the last thing you said? Eric will hook you up. Okay,
no, I said he's going to park your car.
Oh, okay.
He said I'd park your car, but if your car is better than mine, I might trade with you. So.
Hey, real quick, who do you like in the Army-Navy game?
I got to go Army.
One.
Based on the way that both those teams have played this year. Both had stellar seasons. Army seems to have the momentum. Both got mobile quarterbacks who are going to press the defenses. But I think Army wins it this year.
Eric, as always, buddy, thanks for making time for us on Fridays, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate you guys.
That's Eric Moses, CEO and Executive Director of the Verbo, Fiesta Bowl, and Rate Bowl. Again, ratebowl.com for tickets for that game. So check that out. That's a really good deal.
That's a hell of a deal.
I mean, a really good deal. So ratebowl.com, or I think it's tickets.ratebowl.com as well. But I'm off the hook. 4 club level seats, $400, all you can eat, Manuch.
Yeah.
You can eat a bunch of hot dogs,
right?
And garage parking pass, reduced fees.
Damn.
It's like 45% off.
That's a hell of a deal. I'm on it. I'll be on it.
I wish I could get M Morocco, Muraco. I think I get credit.
You get credit for that? Is that my code? I'm going to put in there.
Yeah, everybody use M Morocco.
M Morocco. There's my code.
See if I can get more fundraising so I get some more tickets. Anyway, coming up, who is the proud sponsor of the parade, Lerner and Rowe. We will have our picks. We'll need a contestant. We'll need a contestant to challenge Kevin Rowe at 602-260-9191 for a big swag bag. It's really cool. Lerner Rowe swag bag. You never know what's in it. Could be a $100 gift card along with a bunch of swag, all kinds of different stuff. I don't know exactly what's in it. I've just seen them, and I know there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So fifth caller, 602-260-9191, and we'll take your stuff off the air. That is next. He's won 6 in a row, so let's see what happens. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Ready for Christmas?
You're clear.
99.9 KEZ is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas music is on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ, when you're ready. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway AI Smoke Driver with SmartFace technology and multiple sweet spots across the face, now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Looking to beat the heat year-round? The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has you covered. Whether you need a stylish bay window awning for your breakfast nook, a cool shade sail for your home or business, or a retractable awning for your patio, we have it all. For over 40 years, we've been Arizona's #1 rated shade experts, family-owned and dedicated to making shady deals in the Valley. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com to explore.
We got a caller.
Or just call 623-232-9334. Stay cool. Stay stylish.
We'll do writing it down right now. We got Zach from Phoenix.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding
calling in right now.
Group 2? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Let's face it, winter can be a hard season. It's cold pretty much all the time. Blizzard. You have to shovel. Another blizzard. You slip on ice. But you know what makes winter suck a little less? Getting a free phone. Join Cricket Nation and get a free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. Ooh, ouch. Welcome to enjoying more.
All right, we got Kevin on hold and the caller.
You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Must open a new line on the $60 unlimited plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to babbel.com. That's babbel.com.
Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm. Learner
Mics are hot.
In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And Lerner and Rowe. No fees unless you win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Counselor, how you doing today, buddy? What's happening?
How we doing, Kevin?
Fantastic Friday. Speaking to you guys, everything's great. How are you?
Doing well, man. You're doing pretty well here. 6 straight? Really?
What's up? How do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even play sports in high school, right?
Rock, we're talking about me, not you, buddy.
Come on, let's play some tennis. All right, we got Zach on hold. All right, so we got Zach from Phoenix. So let's get through this, and then I want to talk about Lerner Rowe gives back afterwards. So let's make some time for that. All right, it's our over-under contest. Let's start with the first one. The Ravens will beat the Giants by over or under. Why'd you pick this game? Ravens will beat the Giants over under 16 points. Seriously, Manuch, there's so many great games.
But because this is the thing, the 16 points thing in a National Football League game, it's quite a few points.
All right.
I want to see how the counselor handled this.
Over under 16 there, counselor.
Oh, it's a lot of points. It's a heck of a lot of points. But I think what Manuch is really trying to say is, are the Ravens going to get back on the right side of the scoreboard this week, going against the limping, the gimping, the Giants?
Yeah.
And I'm going with the points. So no, excuse me. I'm not going with the points. I'm going over.
Okay.
I'm going over.
Yeah,
Ravens over. I'm taking. They'll score more than 16 and beat this team by more than 16.
All right, Zach.
They'll probably score 42 themselves.
All right, Zach, who do you got? Ravens over, under, Giants 16 points.
I got the Giants to cover.
Got the Giants to cover.
All right.
Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a
We'll
nut.
go right off the bat.
Yeah, he did. All right, question number 2. The total offense combined counts by the Lions and Bills game will be over under 750 yards. Over under 750 yards, Lions and Bills. First one to 45 wins, maybe?
Look, I didn't Allen do that himself last week?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I mean, I got 74 points for him in my fantasy league, so I hope he does it again. Look at both high-powered offenses. I think you can see, obviously, in my opinion, you're going to see a big game and not a bunch of field goals like we saw last night. I think you're going to see a lot of yardage. So, you know what? I'm going to stick with the over.
Okay.
It's a tough one, but I'm going over.
All right, Zach, which way you leaning on this one?
I got to agree with the counselor. I'm going over.
Going over. All right. We have 4 total. Let's go total sacks the Vikings will have over the Bears. Over, under 4. Total sacks by the Vikings.
Ooh.
Over, under 4. Vikings and
on
Bears.
Caleb Williams. Well, I mean, isn't he is he not the most sacked quarterback?
There you go. No. Look at him.
Well, he's got 150 employees probably
Yeah,
right
he
there in
does.
his backyard.
Sure, they're researching for him.
Yeah.
Sure, they are.
Well, I have 450, and they're not all working on this right now, Rock. We got it. Okay. No, but here's the thing. This is interesting. I just don't think Minnesota is going to get more than 4. So I'm going to go with the under.
Okay.
All right, Zach, what do you total sacks over, under 4?
I got over 4.
Got over 4. Okay.
All right. Last but not
That's
least,
a tough one. I mean, he's given up quite a bit the last 2 games.
Yeah,
And
he
the
has.
last game he played San Francisco, he was sacked 7 times. So it's one of those tough ones.
All right.
We'll see.
All right. Since the Huskies are not playing for a while. By the way, did the Huskies make a bowl game there, Counselor?
Yes, they made a bowl game. We're not going to talk about which one.
The Salad Bowl out of Fresno or something like that. The winner and score of the Cardinals.
I think it's in Texas.
Yeah, it's somewhere down there. The winner and score of the Cardinals and Patriots game. Winner and score, Kevin.
Look at, I know from past history, December is not Kyler Murray's time of the year.
Not at all.
He doesn't necessarily excel in December. But that NFC is just crazy. I mean, seeing what occurred last night and everything going on, this is a must-win game for the Cardinals. And I think it sets up nicely, although you have New England coming off a bye. I got to go with the Cardinals. I have to. And I hopefully see Kyler Murray, breaking through and his poor December performance. And I'm looking for 24 Cardinals, 17 Pats.
Okay.
24-17.
Okay. All right, Zach, which way you leaning here, bud?
Cardinals 23-16.
23-16.
Close games.
Yeah, it should be. Zach, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate you playing. Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks, guys.
All right, Counselor, Manuch, he wanted me to ask you, but what do you want us to wear tomorrow to the Christmas party?
Because we're ready.
Yeah, is it formal?
no.
Is it formal? I mean, I know it's at some really nice place, I'm sure.
Lori's already preparing, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want us to wear? I mean, is it suit? I mean,
First of all,
like a blue sport
I
coat?
know the sarcasm is permeating through you, Rock, right through the phone. But I would love to have you both and your significant others to come tomorrow night. You're more than welcome invited. Tomorrow night it's a good time. It's up north.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give the exact location, but I'm sure Rock knows where it's at. And it should be a lot of fun. And no, it's not formal. We don't do formal things. We're actually getting ready to fly out to Vegas to celebrate our Vegas holiday party tonight. And that's at a crazy little place that it's fun of games and I don't know, a bunch of things going on. So it should be a lot of fun tonight.
You don't wear that blue jacket that you normally wear? You don't wear that same blue jacket?
Rock, like I said, tonight I'll be in jeans and a t-shirt, hat on backwards. Come look for it.
Do I need to get a white elephant gift for tomorrow night? We're going to do that?
No white elephant. Tomorrow night is just fun, relaxation, listening to music. We got a DJ. We got some fun. We can play bags. Rock and I used to play bags together a lot.
Yeah, we used to be in the Best Damn Bags League.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the Temple Bar. Yeah, it used to be fun. Hey, real quick, I know we had a meeting this week, and I think it's important to get the word out now so people can start making plans. The Lerner Row Gives Back 12th annual golf tournament is coming up in April. And if you are a business out there and you want to be part of this, and maybe you have to spend some money before the year is up, You need some, this is a 501c3. This would be a great opportunity to get into this golf tournament. And it just keeps getting bigger and better, right, Kev? In this 12th year.
Absolutely. It's our 12th year. The last 2 years in a row, we've raised over $1 million. And as you're well aware, Rock, every penny of that $1 million raised goes back to help others in the communities here in Arizona. The money stays in Arizona. There's no offsetting of costs or expenses. Lerner Rowe Law Firm, they pay all the expenses. So everything raised, 100% goes back. So truly excited about it. Hopefully we can keep the streak going and hit another year of over $1 million raised. Be a lot of fun. It's April 25th, McCormick Ranch again. If your friends have ever gone to the event, they'll tell you it's a do not miss event. It's a good time, a lot of fun. The swag given away is unmatched. There's not another. I played in all these other tournaments. I just played in one yesterday. Not even close to Lerner Rowe Gives Back, and that's just because Lerner Rowe, the law firm, just wants to say thank you to all those that help us help others. And so you're right, Rock. You can go to LernerRoweGivesBack.org. You can either make a straight donation right now. So end of the year, 501c3, you can get a deduction on taxes. Talk to your CPA about that. But yes, you can definitely get that on right now. We're encouraging a lot of our staff to do the same. If they need some deductions, to go ahead and donate to Lerner Rowe Gives Back or get involved in our golf event. Come on out, come on out. If you're a company and you want to get in front of 320 golfers that average income is over six figures, then it's the event to be at. And if you want to just be part of the fun, then you'll enjoy it. You'll have a good time. Come on out. We got a lot of ideas for some fun things for next year for the event. So a lot of fun. LernerRoweGivesBack.org.
All right, we'll let you. Are you calling us from the Scottsdale Airport? I mean, are you getting on the jet to head over to Vegas?
Yeah, there we go again. The JSX jet. There it is.
One.
We'll watch it take off, Council.
We're at Right Toyota, so just
wave at us.
To us.
Yeah.
All right, so good stuff, buddy. Have a great weekend. Have a great time with your firm up there, as well as your family and friends here on Saturday night. So as always, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. As always, take care. Have a great weekend.
You got it. Kevin Rowe joining us. Lerner Rowe Gives Back. Next up, we will go out to Las Vegas. So catch up with Scott Spreitzer from DocSports.com. We will have him handicap Army-Navy, Bills-Lions, Steelers-Eagles, Packers and Seahawks, and then Patriots and Cardinals. So that is next. And then we'll have our locks of the week. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Kevin Durant, the Suns are 11-2 this season. Without him, they're 1-9. Safe to say they're pleased he's expected to return to the lineup after missing the last 3 games after spraining his ankle tonight when they visit the Jazz. Yusuf Nurkic and Ryan Dunn also expected to come back from their injuries. The Cardinals continue the run-up to Sunday's home game against New England. College hoops, ASU back from a long layoff to play Florida tomorrow in Atlanta as part of the holiday hoopsgiving event. GCU, also a part of the festivities in Atlanta, will take on Georgia. Arizona in the Hall of Fame rivalry meets UCLA at Footprint Center. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled!
Holy moly! Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of
We got Scott on hold.
Find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn and Row will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Learn and Row. We're with you every step of the way.
Learn and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new...
We got Scott on hold.
Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In-store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's
Mics are hot.
handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN's Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spreitzer, and he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, Scott Spreitzer joins us. Got a lot of games to get into, and let's start with the Army-Navy game, which is one of the most anticipated games of the year, and this one's more so because both these teams have been playing well. It will start 1 o'clock tomorrow on CBS. Army a -6.5. Is that still the case there, Scott?
Yeah, a lot of sixes, couple of 6.5. Right now, guys, looking at this total, and we've had 10 straight meetings between these two programs that have stayed under 40 points in 13 of the last 16. The under 16 1-1 the last 18 meetings, and the only time it went over was due to an overtime game. So you got Navy, who's played just one game since November 16th. They're healthy. Blake Horvath, the quarterback, he might not have been able to play this game 3 weeks ago. Well, he's ready to go now when he's healthy. And then as far as Army, they've been really busy the last 3 weeks. Conference championship game, a tight game against UTSA, the bad loss to Notre Dame, all of the last 3 weeks, but they do own the much better metrics. There's no doubt about it. They outgained their opponents by 100 yards per game. Navy's actually been outgained on the season despite an 8-3 record. And when I look at this matchup, I'm looking at, two teams that on the season have averaged a combined 21, 22 passes per game between the two of them. And I would bet that the combined pass attempts drop by a few in this matchup. These two teams, when they face each other, they don't pass the ball much anyway. It even drops more when they face each other. So I think the under cashes again, guys. I think this is a game that lands in the mid-30s. I lean Army. I like the under.
It's interesting because you look at this. This might be with Navy at 8-3 and Army at 11-1. The two best matchups. I'd have to go way, way back. I think to the 60s. I think it is, Scott, to see these two matched up, have these kind of records playing each other.
Yeah, I mean, before my time, that these two teams, I mean, we almost had a chance. We were like more than midway through the season when we thought, man, we could have a situation where these two teams are playing for a playoff spot. That's how well they had played, out of the norm midway through the season. Of course, Navy dropped off. And as I mentioned, they've been outgained on the season. And that's a big metric for me and Army with that really strong yards per play margin metric. I mean, they've been really legit this year other than that Notre Dame game, and you can't blame them for getting steamrolled there.
All right, let's go to game number 2. The Buffalo Bills taking on the Lions. The Lions look they're a -2.5 last time I checked. Has that changed?
It's still 2.5. That total right around 54.5. And, I was watching the game last week. What an exciting game. No one could have played any better than Josh Allen did last week in that Buffalo offense. I mean, these teams that have dominated an offense and have lost have been bad the following week. Talking about teams that commit 0 turnovers, score at least 4 touchdowns, and lose. They've been a disaster against the spread the very next week, and it goes back several seasons, and that would be a disadvantage for the Buffalo Bills, who lost last week despite putting up all those offensive points and not committing turnovers. We know what and who the Lions are. I'm not sure the Bills' defense has enough to slow down the Detroit offense. And, of course, Campbell's 22-10 against the spread at home. They're off a loss. They have the rest advantage. But that offensive line is what puts it over the top for me. I think the offensive line for Detroit wins this battle. So, yeah, I like the team with the lion on their helmet here in this one, laying 2.5.
And with the over-under, you just mentioned the Bills are leaking oil on defense. What about the Lions? They're leaking a little bit of oil with injuries and, giving up a few points there as well now.
Yeah, exactly. But and for me, the reason I didn't play the total in this one, the over, is because it's all baked into the number. What you just saying, you're talking like a bookmaker here, So they hang that 54.5. I don't like bookmakers, but I'm kidding. the total is 54.5, and I think it's right where it should be because you're right. There's always that chance that you're going to get beat by Josh Allen when your defense is leaky, and that's what the Lions have been. But I can't get over the fact that the Bills just fit that scenario where teams that have performed as well on offense as they did last week and lose that game, how poorly they've done the following week.
All right, this should be a fun one. The Battle of Pennsylvania. Eagles are favored, but less than a touchdown. Over-under for this game against the Steelers is 43. How you handicapping this one?
The sharp money came in on Philly starting Monday night and then Tuesday morning. And statistically speaking, or metrics speaking, Pittsburgh, their metrics would fit a team that's like 7-6 or 6-7 right now. You got 2 games where they've kicked field goals and not scored a touchdown in 1 game. Philly, meanwhile, is much better as far as metrics are concerned. The Steelers won't have Pickens this week. He's been downgraded and now expected to miss the game. And really, Philly has been legit for most of their current long win streak. But can you really walk to the window or get on your betting app and lay points against Tomlin? I mean, the guy's 5-0 straight up and against the spread this season as a dog. How about this, guys? With Tomlin as the head coach, Pittsburgh has covered 65% of their last 103 games when they're an underdog. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And if you think this game is a close game, Pittsburgh's on a 37-14 run in close one-score games. I mean, he just does a fantastic job each and every year, and especially when he's getting points. Here's why I'm standing in front of this freight train. Pittsburgh gains their yardage or moves the ball into field goal position this year with big plays. Pickens is a big part of their big plays. He's gone. The Eagles allow the fewest explosive plays in the league. Jalen Hurts is going off right now. 12-1 touchdown to INT ratio the last 9 weeks. I think Philly ends up winning this game by about 8 to 10 points.
All right, the next game, the Packers are traveling into Seattle. It's supposed to be a little rainy, chilly. Shouldn't bother the Packers. Last time I looked, it looks like the Packers were favored by 2.5.
Yeah, Green Bay was badly outgained by Detroit last week, but did keep it tight till the end. Lions nailed a last-second field goal for that 3-point win. It was a rare December loss for the Packers. They're 18-3 straight up in December under Matt LaFleur. You would expect maybe a bounce back here. And there is an angle every week that I like to point out. This one includes one, which goes on NFL favorites off a divisional loss by no more than 3 points. They're 36-6 straight up the next week. They win by more than 6 points per game when facing a team off a road win as a dog. And we know Seattle, what they did last week, and they fit that parameter. I do look at Seattle, listen, 4-game winning streak, but 2 games came against Arizona, and they had their number, and 1 game came against the Jets. But at home, they're not a winning team. And Geno, 8 touchdowns and 10 picks on his home field. I like the Packers here.
All right, we got a pair of struggling teams. They'll be here in our backyard. You got Cardinals, 3-game losing streak. Pats with a 3-game losing streak. Pats are the underdogs, but less than a touchdown as well. Over under around 46-47. How you gonna tell these Cardinal fans out here how to handicap this one?
Yeah, what a bummer. 6-4 a few weeks ago, top of the division, and then you drop 3 straight. And listen, Kyler Murray's got 5 picks and 3 touchdown passes during the skid.
Yep.
The Cardinal defense was terrific against Minnesota. They outgained the Vikings by 130 yards, but they had those 2 interceptions, ended in the 1-point loss. But no team has faced a tougher schedule. That's one thing to look at for Arizona. That's a plus here. And the key to beating the Patriots, you get out in front of New England, they're 4-25 against the spread the last 29 times when they've trailed by more than 6 points at any point of a game. They don't come back. They don't have the tools to get back on track when they trail by 6 points or more. And so Arizona, get out in front of them, which I think they will, and then go on and get this victory and the cover. So I do believe Arizona gets back in the win column here, and I think they do so and cover that 6-point spread.
And I think the other on top of that, Scott, this is a must win. The Cardinals have to win the next 4 in a row after you watch what the Rams are doing, what Seattle's doing. Does the bye week with the Pats, did that enhance it at all? Maybe a point or 2 or something along those lines, the bye week?
I look at those and I'm like, boy, if it's a good team, it does. If it's a team that's messy, then I really don't think it re-engages them or whatever, or gets them back on the same page. If they're, but a lot of times, here's the thing, if Arizona was above 500, let's say they, won 2 of those last 3 games, I would be looking to play the Pats here because at this point of the season, bad teams getting points against a winning team, they've been the way to go. But with Arizona on that 3-game skid, I think you're right. I think they refocus their efforts. Must win doesn't mean automatically will win. And must win at this point means you weren't good enough to not be in a must win situation. But I do like them in that must win scenario this week.
So the kryptonite for the Cardinals obviously was the bye week. They lost the 3 in a row. Right. And then really what I hear you say is it really doesn't affect the Patriots because they're just an up and coming struggling team. When do you factor a bye week, a much better team? I mean, I guess you can have a team that's really bad, but how do you handicap that? How do you look at that?
Yeah, I look at teams that have, maybe weren't quite on their game going into their bye week, but yet they're a playoff contender. You know what I mean? Like a legit playoff contender with above 500 record. And again, maybe they had an off game going into the bye week and all of a sudden, they've got a chance to kind of refocus and get their bearings back. That's what I look at when it comes to teams this late in the season that have a bye week. And, then of course you got the Andy Reids of the NFL who just automatically wouldn't cover off a bye week. But it's usually got to be teams that are above 500, this late in the season, coming off a bye week. The week before they struggled, maybe they had a loss. Didn't play badly, but didn't play up to their normal standards. I'll look at those teams to re-engage, and especially if they got a history of a head coach who does well coming off of bye weeks and they're a winning team.
Scott, as always, man, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Take care, guys. Good luck.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. You can follow him on Twitter X. Scott wins. So got all those bets in.
I was about to say, you got them in, Rock?
Got them all in.
It's so funny.
See copious notes over here.
If people watch the stream on YouTube, you got Manuch, looking engaged and stuff, and you got Rock over there just typing them all in his DraftKings on the side.
Rock is very active, and I'm taking notes. I'm like, well, this is like a scouting report from Scott Spreitzer.
Yeah, I currently I have a lot of bets right now. I have every bowl game, but then I'm also doing who scores first stuff.
Okay.
You can put a couple bucks down on like a James Conner, and, a couple bucks.
Sure.
You can win like $12. You put $2, win 12, or something like that. Or if the odds are even better, you put a couple bucks down, you win $30. I mean, so that along with the games, all those. But I have so many, that I can cash out right now. But they're not big bets. I just, I bet every bowl game, and some more than others. But it kind of gives me something to kind of not do, but watch. So last night sucked. I mean,
that was a bad game.
I mean, last night sucked. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. 3-3 at halftime, all field goals the entire game. Opportunities missed here and there. Now, when you do your bowl games, are you looking at the portal and who's coming, who's going, who's playing, who's not playing? Or are you just going with?
It wouldn't matter because you can't keep up with the transfer.
I was going to say.
Not to mention players that want to hold out because they think they're going to get drafted.
Yeah,
you got to
break whenever.
That was always the case.
Yeah, it was.
But now this transfer portal, and not to mention head coaches. Like Tuesday, West Virginia is playing, but Rich Rod's not going to be coaching.
He won't be there.
You'll have an interim in there. There's a lot of coaches that are
a lot of movement.
Situation.
A lot of movement in college football.
Hey, Scott, today is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. A reminder, sign up for our fan pick'em. Never too late to get in. You can win some gift cards from Twin Peaks. It's always brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Start your Thursdays at Twin Peaks into the weekend. Fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. Our weekly locks of the week are next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Wright Toyota.
You're clear. The #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill. Dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination. With 4 convenient locations throughout Phoenix and Tempe, you'll get the best sports bar experience. Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5, active hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
In a recent survey, when people were asked who they thought the best personal injury attorney in Arizona was, more than 9 out of 10 people chose Lerner & Rowe. In fact, Lerner & Rowe has been voted best personal injury attorney in Arizona for the past 9 years. Our experience, reputation, and proven results have made it possible for us to recover billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people. At Lerner & Rowe, getting you the best result is what we do best. Hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck and need a check? Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
The season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Get maximum distance and performance with the Titleist GT driver. Come in and get custom fit today. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. While the sun may set when the game starts, it only makes the sun shine brighter.
Clipper waiting, finds Allen, and Allen springs the boom off the Murphy screen, lines up the 3 and knocks it down.
Bradley Beal has been playing excellent basketball. Join us on Sunday, December 15th at 6 p.m. as your Phoenix Suns take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Get your tickets now at suns.com.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score a free medium 2-topping Domino's pizza with minimum purchase, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on burgers, tacos, wings, and more all season long. Order Uber Eats now. Terms, taxes, and fees apply. See app for details.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Let's get ready for football!
Mics are hot.
Ball at 50. the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, we got our locks brought to you by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar in Phoenix, near the Costco and the 101 at Cave Creek Road. It is your Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix, and they're making, I should say, make plans for next Saturday as Ohio State, Tennessee, 6 o'clock, and that'll be your official watch party.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah,
damn good game.
I think Tennessee is doing everything in their power to take over Ohio Stadium.
I saw
literally just trying to get tickets and trying to make it orange in there, and the AD had to come out and basically say, "Come on, Ohio State fans, don't sell your tickets." So
why would you? That's a hell of a game. You got to move on, man. After that Michigan loss, bounce back with a victory over the Bulls.
Speaking of tickets, Georgia Tech, they sold out their allotment for the Birmingham Bowl. They were originally given around 3,000 tickets, but they had 9,000 ticket requests. They're playing Vanderbilt. Okay. All right.
Game.
How'd we do last week there, Jax?
All right, we went 2 for 3 as a group. Myself and Rock had the locks last week, but let's start at the bottom. 6 and 8. Manuch had Tulane -5 over an Army. Did Tulane win that game, Manuch?
No, I can't believe Army just laid the wood to him. Was shocked. Come on, Tulane, mix it a first down for crying out loud.
In second place, 8 and 6. How about Rock going with his alma mater, the underdog, Ohio U +2.5 against Miami, Ohio? They won outright. Rock, pretty happy about that one.
I won a lot of money in that game.
And then I'm in first, 9 and 5. I had Oregon -3.5 against Penn State. They won outright and covered. So a new week. Let's start with Rock. Who you got for your lock this weekend?
It's probably my lock of the year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go on record. Lock of the year.
Run the tape, Bannon.
I'm serious. I mean,
I'm always listening.
Each week, the season for the Raiders continues to get worse.
Good
and
choice.
worse. I mean, think about it. I mean, they've lost 9 straight. Their quarterback situation is an absolute joke. They're in prime position for the number 1 pick. So you got an Atlanta Falcons team that, okay, they're reeling. Okay, they're 6 and 7, and this is a perfect time on prime time Monday night. There's 2 games on Monday night. Raiders 2 and 11. I think this is the lock of the year. I'll take the Falcons all day long on this one. So that spread is 4.5. Should be like 7.
Well, I was going to say Kirk Cousins may throw for 500 yards.
He needs to redeem himself.
Yeah, he does. After he's been having.
That's why they got to get it right, and you couldn't ask for a better situation. The game is in Vegas.
Yes,
but we know damn well they want that first round pick. They want Shador or bust.
So they'll run the JV team out there. Is that what you're saying, Rock? You got lines up really good for it. 4.5.
It is December.
Mine. I'm going to go with the Patriots and Cardinals. Cardinals -6. The Cards should just, I would think, blow the doors off of this team. That'd be the Patriots. Had the bye week. They lost 3 in a row. Cards have lost 3 in a row. Must win situation. Must win the next 4 games. The Cardinals, if they want to be a wild card contender. If they score, and they score often, Patriots, very, very difficult. Really haven't come back the entire year to get back into. I think 1 game they got back into a game. But I got this Cardinals -6. They should blow the doors off the Pats. Maybe I'll get back in the win column. Hopefully.
I'm going to go Bengals -5 against the Titans, and here's why. Joe Burrow having a historic season. On top of that, his house was robbed on Monday. On top of that, the person that called the 911 call is a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model that I don't know if has a relationship with, wanted to keep it quiet, but according to reports, she's, quote, employed by Joe Burrow, so I don't know if it's an assistant or a girlfriend. I think Joe Burrow is pissed off that he was robbed, that this girl ended up becoming a thing because he didn't want it to come out. So on top of that, they're also facing their old offensive coordinator in Callahan. So give me a pissed off Joe Burrow, the Bengals -5, and hopefully they can win this game. He can get back to his house so it doesn't get robbed again on Sunday.
That's like the 3rd celebrity. You had Kelsey,
Mahomes,
and now you got Joe Burrow. They're saying these guys are from like Venezuela or something like that. They're coming in and targeting these athletes. Don't you have, during a game, when you're away, have like home security or somebody there? Especially with this has been out there for almost a month now. With the National Football League stating to all the players, NBA with their players, hey guys, heads up. This group of guys is out hitting homes while you're on the road or you're out and about.
I think the biggest story is this girl. I mean, we didn't know because he was in a relationship, he was engaged, and then they called off the engagement, I think, under a year ago. And now you've got the swimsuit model in your big-ass mansion calling the 911. And I don't know. We'll see. Joe Burrow, not too happy that got leaked, but what can she do? She's got to call 911.
Absolutely. She's got to call 911. Heck, the other, I think Mahomes had like $20,000 in cash stolen. Kelsey, like $10,000 in bling and jewelry. I mean, aren't those safes usually pretty safe, even as far as, trying to open them up?
I think the Batmobile is fine, too. I want to note that the Batmobile did not get stolen.
That'd be hard to haul that bad boy off. I think you'd probably be tracked down pretty good. Put that on a trailer somewhere. Oh, I should laugh. He's not happy. Put it that way. So the robbery factor, huh, Jax?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to post right now. We had talked to Eric Moses, and he put a deal out there for us for the Ray Bowls, Rutgers and K-State. If you are interested, I don't know how long this deal will be, but if you are interested in going to Chase Field to watch this game, the Ray Bowl, and these games are always high scoring. They're a lot of fun. 4 tickets in the club level for $400. That's $100 a ticket. Now, you're also going to get fed. All you can eat, ballpark fare. You got the unlimited popcorn, the peanuts, the chips, the hot dogs, the fountain soda, the water, a parking pass as well. They reduced the fees. So everything's going to be up on our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch and Instagram page as well. So it'll go up here in the next few minutes. So if you are interested in a great deal, great Christmas gift,
30.
Why not?
To myself.
Yeah,
That's right.
So good stuff. Hey, we're going to go out to Raleigh, North Carolina, and we're going to get an update on the new head coach of the Tar Heels. That's next, and Mark May. It's Roc and Manuch.
15.
BB, Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch.
You're clear.
Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Looking to beat the heat year-round? The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has you covered. Whether you need a stylish bay window awning for your breakfast nook, a cool shade sail for your home or business, or a retractable awning for your patio, we have it all. For over 40 years, we've been Arizona's #1 rated shade experts, family-owned and dedicated to making shady deals in the Valley. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com to explore our wide range of quality products, or just call 623-232-9334. Stay cool, stay stylish with the House of Canvas.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Keep listening to 99.9 KEZ on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music playlists and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Double G. Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile. Okay, cool. This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us. Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg. You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop. Respect. And people do love T-Mobile.
Hey, we got Andrew on hold.
On every plan versus the other big guys when you switch. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise. Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop. And we up out of here. Hold your horses, Snoop Double G. Let's remind people one more time. Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25.
Trade-ins and 4 new lines with AutoPay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel the entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Problem for the Cardinals of late, limping to the finish line. Since 2018, they're 13-35 over the final 8 games of the season. This Sunday, Jonathan Gannon's group entertains the Patriots.
Offensively, quarterback's playing pretty good. He's a mobile guy. We got to do a good job on him. And then special teams, they got some guys that can impact the game. So all 3 phases, we got to be on it.
The Cardinals have lost 3 in a row. Kevin Durant listed as probable for the Suns tonight as they call on the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Yusuf Nurkic and Ryan Dunn will return as well. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight's forecast low, another chilly one, down to 45 degrees at Sky Harbor Airport. That means parts of the valley could again see some upper 30s. Once we head into your Saturday, we warm a touch, 72 for the high temperature with a mix of clouds and sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Del Taco. Join the asada today with Del Taco's new limited-time half-pound Chipotle Carne Asada steak burrito. Packed with flavor, wrapped up and grilled to perfection. The whole Carne Asada steak menu delivers the bold flavors you crave, starting at just $2.99. Only
Hey,
at
I'm
Del
working
Taco.
a little bit. I'm getting better at it.
Sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Pat Welter, WRL. Bill, what do you say to people
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
if you do succeed here that you might leave for the NFL again in a year or two?
Yeah, I didn't come here to leave.
I love that.
Short, sweet.
Yeah, nothing has changed. You would think something
Bill's
would
back
change,
to his
but-
old ways.
Yeah, joining us now, give us an inside look of Bill Belichick there at UNC is Andrew Carter, sports reporter for the Raleigh News and Observer. Joins us now on the Right Toyota guest line here on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. Andrew Rock along with Manuch, thanks so much for jumping on with us. We appreciate it. We were just hoping to get kind of perspective of how it's all going down there. And how did this all come to fruition? I mean, how long has this been in the works from what you could find out, from what you found out?
Enjoyed my time in your city for the Final Four back in April, I should say.
Nice.
And it's a great question. I mean, like the folks that I did talk to at UNC yesterday indicated that this has been going on for a while. I think it's safe to say at least, back to mid-November. I've heard rumblings of even earlier than that. Some representatives of Bill Belichick's reaching out to the university in anticipation of perhaps a coaching opening at Carolina. I mean, everyone knew that Mac Brown was most likely on his way out. That was a football team that, had not been reaching expectations. Safe to say they gave up 70 points against James Madison, lost that game 70-50 in September. And really since then, it was kind of clear that UNC was going to need a new football coach. And so you had heard rumblings again that Belichick's representatives reach out maybe as early as mid to late October, but confirmed it on the record yesterday that it was at least going back to mid-November. And word really emerged around here that this was a possibility last week. No one took it seriously. I don't think anyone really believed that, A, Bill Belichick would be interested in North Carolina, which, frankly, has historically been a pretty mediocre college football program. And that B, UNC could actually attain him. The fact that, the money issue, UNC has never been known for spending a ton of money on college football. Certainly it's invested. It did invest under Mac Brown. But the salary numbers that came out yesterday after the deal was complete, $10 million a year for Belichick, a $10 million assistant coach pool, $13 million of the house settlement money, which that's 65% of it, because it's going to be about $22 million limit for revenue share for each school that opts into that fully. It all amounts basically to like $30 million on top of what UNC has already been investing in football is going to go into Belichick and what he's hoping to build in Chapel Hill. And so, no one saw it coming really until, maybe Sunday, Monday, when, word began leaking out that this was actually a legitimate possibility.
Andrew, it's interesting because from afar here in Phoenix, the same thing. It's like with all of the NFL jobs that will be open, Bill Belichick might fit all 8 of them or 9 of them, whatever. And then you have guys like Nick Saban. You have coaches leaving the college industry because of the NIL, that they're fed up and they're tired of it, that this made no sense for Belichick to want to go to college when all these outstanding coaches are leaving. That's the thing that I think kind of threw everybody for a curveball.
Absolutely. No, I'm in 100% agreement with you. I do think it speaks to a degree, and I'm not an NFL guy. I'm not, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's no NFL team here except, the Panthers and Charlotte, which, they barely qualify as an NFL team.
Well, I was going to say, is that a Freudian slip?
Andrew, my whole family lives in Charlotte. Be careful. Come on, be careful.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not like an NFL expert when it comes to covering it. I do have some colleagues of mine in Boston, some folks who covered Belichick who I've talked to. I mean, the impression I get is that he was frustrated with the, lack of opportunity in the NFL, that he wasn't getting the looks that he expected to get. Is interested, I think, legitimately in coaching in college. There are some familiar ties. His dad coached at UNC as an assistant back in the 1950s. Ancient history, I know. His dad also coached at Navy for 34 years, I think it is. And, Bill Belichick yesterday during the press conference alluded to that. He shared some stories about growing up in a household that valued college football, seeing his father go through it. He brought out the old sweatshirt that his dad wore back in the 50s. It was when he was an assistant at Carolina. And so I think part of that appeals to him. I think it's a very unique set of circumstances maybe that you cannot apply to the rest of the coaching profession. I think he's attracted to the fact that, college football is not the NFL in terms of the framework of it. Recruiting high school kids is not the draft. NIL and all that, the transfer portal is far from how the NFL has, structured contracts and a guarantee that a guy's going to be here, in a year or 2 or 3 or whatever. It's a year-to-year deal in college football, but I do think that he was intrigued by the fact that it has become more NFL-like. And I do think he's intrigued, too, by the fact that, he can add to his legacy. If he, let's say, leads UNC to an ACC championship, the college football playoff, that's only going to add to the legend of Bill Belichick, which I think gets him fired up.
He's Andrew Carter from the News and Observer in Raleigh, North Carolina, here on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. Andrew, first of all, how many words did you get for this story, the inside look on the front page here, because I mean, I just keep going and it's going and going and going. That's one of the longest stories ever. But there's something that stood out real quick, and you're going to be like, "Oh, wow." There was a reference to Bowden and North Carolina being a sleeping giant in football. That's something we talk about here in Arizona with Arizona State, and now we're seeing a big turn. But has that been the case? Because the history is 130 plus years there of football. But is that what people say out there, that North Carolina is a sleeping giant or could be a sleeping giant?
Oh, yes. And I appreciate you at least scrolling down like a third of the way to get to that quote. Because I know you had to exercise your fingers or whatever getting that far down into the story. But, yeah, I mean, that's always been like we laugh about it here in this market in North Carolina. And the triangle is known as Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill. And it's become like a cliche around here, like this notion that North Carolina football is a sleeping giant. Allegedly, it originated with an old Bobby Bowden line from the 1990s or the 1980s. I actually tried to track down the origin of it, and I couldn't find it, so I'm skeptical that he actually ever said it.
Okay.
I think it's become one of those games of telephone kind of thing where things get mixed up or, passed down or the story somehow gets twisted. But, I mean, the fact is, like, there always has been an expectation that UNC should be better in football. Like, this is a school of Michael Jordan, Dean Smith, basketball, yes. But still, like, there's a rich tradition of success at Carolina in a bunch of sports. Granted, a lot of them are non-revenue Olympic sports, but still the question in Chapel Hill has always been, if they can have success in basketball, if they can win 22 national championships in women's soccer, they just won their 22nd earlier this week. Why not football? Like, what's holding them back? I mean, I will say there's some things unique to the state of North Carolina, I think, that hurts UNC football. This is a state with now 7 FBS programs. You have NC State right down the road. Like, that's become a pretty good program. You have Duke, East Carolina, App State. They're no joke at the G5 level. Like, they've been competitive programs. App State won national championships at the FCS level. They beat UNC actually in Chapel Hill in Mac Brown's first season back in 2019 or 2018. So it's been a question always of why is this program always underachieved? I think there's a lot of reasons for it. I think the academic mission of the university. UNC, you have to remember, is a very elite institution, academically speaking. It's on par with, Virginia. It's on par with Michigan, UCLA, et cetera. Some of those schools have had success in football, but, it's tough. It's tough when you have those academic standards. And I do think the fact that they're going all in now speaks to the reality that college sports is becoming professionalized.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that stuff matters as much as it did.
Andrew, as we let you go, just quickly, Raleigh, do you feel that Major League Baseball could end up there in the near future?
Man, great question. I've written a bit about that. Tom Dundon, who owns the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team here, is gung-ho about it. There has been some political pressure to make a run at that. I think Raleigh is hurt in that, like, it's not this singular entity. Raleigh is dependent on the rest of the region, the triangle again. It's not like a Nashville where you say Nashville. Well, Nashville is Nashville. Raleigh, like, encompasses a lot of the surrounding areas. I wonder if that hurts the commercial appeal of it. I do think this would be a great market for baseball. Although, in this area, we love the Durham Bulls too.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Bull Durham, that minor league team, it's arguably like the most iconic minor league team in all of baseball. And so I think you have to figure out the implications of an MLB team if that happens with that too.
Andrew, we hope that we catch up with you down the road and just find out how this whole thing works. It's fascinating, and I'm sure you're getting called left and right from all over the world. So we appreciate you taking some time on a Friday with us. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
You got it. That's Andrew Carter. You can follow him on X, Twitter, _Andrew Carter, the Raleigh News Observer. I encourage you, the inside look everything and anything you can imagine about this hire is right there on the front page. So check it out. Coming up, Jax's Rewind, then Mark May.
Christmas music is now on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ. Christmas music playing throughout the holidays on 99.9 KEZ. Set a button. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
We have a new wreck on the Superstition, eastbound 60 around Country Club Drive. Already traffic slowing back to about McClintock. Downtown Phoenix, a wreck eastbound 10 at the 7th Street on-ramp blocking off your right lane. A crash with injuries on Baseline at the Loop 101. Also a wreck on McDonald west to Scottsdale Road. That's McDonald and Quail Run. And a crash with injuries on Southern east to 7th Street.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro.
Ski Pro celebrates the holidays with savings up to 60% off on skis, snowboards, clothing, and accessories in Phoenix, Desert Ridge, and Mesa Riverview. Find Arizona's largest selection with guaranteed low prices in-store or online at skipro.com. Happy holiday savings from Ski Pro.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where
Didn't have fun in college one?
Fiesta.
Join the team at
Take it off? Okay, got you.
Company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers.
So we're going Rock, Eye Candy, and then the other two?
Service personnel.
Got it. Okay, I'll take this one out.
The state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now.
Hey, Jax, you still there?
Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do.
Hey, Jax, can you hear me?
Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time.
Lost to Seattle and should play Sunday versus New England. The Yankees reportedly acquiring closer Devin Williams from the Brewers. The Cubs get outfielder Kyle Tucker in a deal with the Astros. I'm Frank Garrity.
Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
You missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack
mics are hot, mics are hot.
The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jax's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
All right, let's dive right into it real quick. Mark May will join us in about 15 minutes, actually less than that. All right, Jax.
Still looking for a sponsor. Just want to throw that one out there. Anyone wants to come and sponsor, just reach out to Mr. Morocco.
So let me ask you, what is a sponsorship? What would it entail?
Oh, well, just
I don't know. I want to know how you're pitching it.
Jackson's Rewind sponsored by blank.
Okay.
You get to be mentioned in an Emmy Award-winning segment on the radio.
All right, what else? Do you do live reads? Do you go out and do some live appearances? Do they make your Instagram stuff?
Oh, whatever the client wants.
I know you're all over your whatever you're doing. I mean, you're doing 20 posts a day doing your videos.
Trying to build it up, man.
Yeah, trying to build up that following. So would you throw that in?
Of course.
Okay, all right,
of course.
All
the
right.
professor's quizzing you right now there, Jax.
I'll do anything for the sponsor. But
you
let's
go.
start out. Unfortunately, Rock.
Oh, wait! Before we get to that, how did yesterday work out with our guest that joined us at 2:45?
Oh, I'll say it at the end because she is included in this. But
all right. No, I'm sorry. I didn't want to jump ahead.
Come on, Rock.
No, you're good.
Cart before the horse.
You're good.
Don't jump the shark, man.
Oh,
Let's
It's a little teaser of the rewind today, but we got to start out with Rock. Rock doesn't make the rewind too much when we're attacking him, but he always does when something like this happens. Sorry, Rock. We got you. Play the clip, Bannon.
There is a possibility that this could happen, and it could, because right now, according to ESPN,
clip ends in 10.
Is that possibility a loophole that for Miami to attach a minimum deal along with Butler's contract, a veteran
son of a, I mean,
minimum. Veteran
Say
minimum.
it 12 times.
Yeah,
minimum.
We knew where you were going. I had you, Rock. I had your back covered. I had you guys.
I hate when I get tongue tied
right.
like that.
It's
I blame my
the
parents.
best.
I blame my parents. If they would have just said, turn that video game off,
Yes.
the Intellivision, or the Atari,
Yeah.
and I would have read
How
a
about
book.
read the book out
Yeah,
loud?
Yeah.
Read it out loud to
of,
me,
of
Michael.
Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second clip
Catcher in
here.
the Rye.
Manuch always attacks Jimmy B whenever he says some outlandish comment, but this time yesterday on the show, Manuch said this that was pretty out of pocket that Rock indeed had to call him out.
So, by the way, Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, she's 24 years old. She's a former runner-up from Miss Maine.
Ooh.
And she was spotted today at the campus bookstore there at North Carolina.
Are we gonna have
fitting
to
right
deal,
in?
We're gonna have to deal with this now.
Absolutely.
Oh
Why
my
not?
God. He's
I
work on her
mean,
doctorate while he's there for 5 years. Coach's wife.
She probably says some credit she still needs to get.
Oh my
You don't know.
God. You know, hey, you don't think that's North Carolina figures? Hey, she's good eye candy to put in there next to him like that.
What, Manuch?
Eye candy.
Clip ends in 30.
She's a good-looking young
Whoa,
lady.
dude. And you're giving Jimmy crap about being PC on the radio?
There you go.
Can't say that.
Well, you can't say she's very good-looking young
You
lady.
can say that. You can't say eye candy.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you could say. Eye candy. That team's
No,
really good.
there are a
eye
lot of
candy.
things you can't say. That's one of them.
I didn't get that memo.
Clip ends in 10.
Wow.
Memo.
I think that was the
I
thing.
mean, gosh.
Good-looking young
Let me
lady.
ask you this. If you're sitting at the dinner table with your wife tonight, just say, hey, babe, I was talking about eye candy today on the radio. You think that would go over well?
What happens on the radio stays on the radio.
No, it doesn't. It goes. It doesn't stay. It's the worst place you could do it.
You know,
they could track
there's
it.
nothing wrong with that. I use eye candy for a lot of, like the San Francisco 49ers offense. They throw a lot of eye candy at you, movement here and there. She's a very beautiful young lady, and she is, for the folks out there, go, wow, she's gorgeous. She's eye candy for Grandpa. I mean, the guy that's dating her or whatever you call
I looked
it.
up eye candy on Urban Dictionary, which probably isn't the best resource to look up eye candy. A super hot female hottie that is very pleasing to the eye. A babe, a very attractive female.
There you go.
For that, like 70-plus-year-olds.
Yes, that's Manuch's type. All right, next one. Speaking of Rock, was talking about earlier, we bring on a Twin Peaks girl every Thursday at 2:45 p.m. for Twin Peaks picks. Man, that's tough to say, Rock. Jeez.
Minimum.
This clip right here, Rock trying to set me up with her, mixed with Jimmy B trying to hit on her. Here's the clip.
So, Jordy, you said you're here 3 days a week.
Yes.
Okay. How long you been working at Twin Peaks?
I've been here since June.
So you're still kind of a rookie?
That's what he said too.
Wow.
No.
Well, Jax is trying to get your phone number.
Yeah,
He's
failed miserably in every Twin Peaks.
What advice would you? Let me
pro.
ask you this: what
Okay.
advice would you give? A up and comer radio guy who is trying to meet women.
Hot
We're
babes.
already taking us three. So
Hot babes.
what is it that what would be like a good line that would
Clip ends in 30.
embarrass?
Oh gosh.
Maybe not for you. It could be for somebody else. You could have a boyfriend.
I
so
don't
could be
know.
Married,
I
so.
feel like I really like cheesy pickup lines. Like,
Oh, he's gonna be good at that.
cheesier
Jimmy,
the
Jimmy, you
better.
can help.
I
You're
can
good
help
at
him.
that.
I got all
Yeah.
the. Hey, nice pair of shoes.
Clip ends in 10 seconds.
Right
Yeah,
now.
that was punchline.
like, is that what they call a dad joke?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that is today's dad joke. 'Cause I don't
it.
have any today.
That's great.
The wheezing of you, Rock, made that whole clip. You're just laughing, and it's just pure silence.
Because Jimmy just says some of the dumbest things.
Well, he almost made
Almost
it.
as bad as Manuch.
Well, he
No,
mentioned
no,
that
no.
I asked for every Twin Peaks girl's number every single week in front of the girl that I'm trying to get her number
That's
in the
why
moment. You cannot
he's
mention
so he's so far removed from the game that he needs to just sit that out.
Just what I was thinking, saying, Jimmy, just zip it.
Just zip
Zip-
we
dot-
gotta,
zip.com.
We gotta get that from Millionaire. What's
Yeah.
that movie?
Powers or
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. Zip.com. Yeah,
zip.
Jimmy, just be quiet. Yeah, he was like, he was stepping on your move.
I
man.
know. So after that segment, the entire time I don't have a headset on, I wanted to thank Rock, and this is my
3.
reaction to Rock setting me up with Jordy.
I have all this stuff in my garage. It's all got delivered. It's ready to go in the box. So I got to get it out of my garage. I can barely fit it in my car, so I need to get rid of it.
Do you need help lifting it and putting it in your car after what you just did that last whole segment for me?
Should I?
Do you need any help?
You should be thanking
No,
me.
I am thanking you. I'm like
30 seconds.
If you need any assistance at all,
Rock,
I'm
I'm looking for a new pool guy.
Hey,
I
I'll
mean,
clean
like,
your pool.
That was a backhanded compliment when he gave it.
Yeah, at first I thought he was ripped me there. I'm like,
No.
No, I teed him up.
I'm smiling ear to ear.
See, I've told you there's
Man.
two kinds of clothes that I wear. There's
10 seconds, 10
One
seconds.
that starts with a C block.
I'm saying.
And of course, I'm wearing the wingman today.
I appreciate
So,
you.
I'm wearing wingman.
And then Jimmy made some inroads. He was single with the
No,
cheesy
I did not make
liner,
inroads.
man.
Hey,
She's like, wow.
She said yes on both.
And it worked out. Just
It did.
Just kind of give you an update.
2.
Here. 24 hours later, he did get the digits, and he's going to take her out next week.
So
So
we're going to
what-
drinks.
Oh, good.
You go.
But
I
she
thought you were going
said,
to go to Chipotle.
No.
Don't
I've
do that.
learned. I've learned from you guys
Yeah,
to not
no.
take her to Chipotle. Let's
Yeah.
go get drinks.
Jax's first date is just go to Chipotle.
Or-
Like, come on.
Yeah, hey, we go to
Come
Golden,
on, Jax.
we go to Golden Corral, all you can eat. No.
But come
Don't
on.
do that,
I
Jack.
mean,
That's good. It's a good start. Good
so
start.
where are you going to go to drinks?
Oh,
Have
that's
you
a good
known yet?
question. I live by Old Town, so I don't know if we
Oh,
should go
dude,
to
you're
Old
set. There's
Probably
so
Old
many
Town.
places. We'll talk off the air. But I haven't been down there forever. But I'm sure there's some really good places.
Maybe Patty's, Boondocks.
Yeah, Patty's is a dive bar. That's where you go. She seems like, but she. Well, I don't want to talk about this girl, but she's in the Air Force, so
She was in the Air Force for 4 years. She served our country. So a little more mature, a little more, just be careful there, Jax, because she's mature. She was sharp, too, man. She was one of the best we've ever had.
she's a little out of your league, though. But you got to really step it up.
I almost said that, but I didn't want to.
But I think. But here's the deal, though. You need to kind of mentally take notes because we are going to talk about this in a lot of shows.
I'm excited to talk about my love life on the
Yeah.
radio, I guess.
Hey, it helps.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it got you a date, so let's see if we can get you to close the deal. Mark May's next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
You're clear.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Could be all hands on deck for the Suns tonight in Utah. Kevin Durant probable coming off his sprained ankle. Yusuf Nurkic and Ryan Dunn also sent to return. The Cardinals home for the Patriots Sunday. Kyler Murray expecting New England to come in with a chip on their shoulder.
Coming in here on Sunday, obviously, last year we're kind of in the same similar situation as them and went on the road to Pittsburgh, Philly, and they're going to come here
Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit Fox910GameDay.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade QI10 driver with 10K inertia. TaylorMade's most forgiving driver ever, now $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're
We got Mark on hold.
Hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner & Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
We got Mark on hold.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable.
Hey, Jack, serious question.
Blue Moon and
Now joining Roc and Manuch to talk everything football is two-time Super Bowl champion, a member of the famed Washington Redskins Hogs offensive line, 1981 first-round pick, earned All-American honors at Pitt, and a member of the College Football Hall of Fame, football analyst and commentator Mark May, now on Fox Sports 910.
And it kind of reeks of this hangover that is
Clip ends 10 seconds. Mics are hot.
The nightmare of the Michigan game, extending that losing streak to the Maize and Blue to 4. If they don't get over this, Chris, if they don't shake this, they're going to get beat by Tennessee.
It's Rick Neuheisel, Sirius XM College Sports Radio. Our next guest, Mark May, loves the Buckeyes, so I thought that'd be appropriate to bring on as a rejoin as he joins us down on the right to the guest line. Do you agree with Coach that they need to get past Michigan here and get over it and face a tough Tennessee team?
They'll never get over Michigan. Maize and Blue kicked their butt 4 years in a row, and they're going to have to live with it for another 365 days. And they're probably counting the hours and seconds in Columbus also. But Tennessee will probably beat them. I think Tennessee's Tennessee's a tough team to play. Everybody's worried about the weather. Tennessee, Knoxville isn't one of those deep south weather teams. They're basically a northern team. They get cold weather there all the time. They get snow every once in a while. It gets into the 30s. And the way their offense is geared, Josh Heupel's done a terrific job, not only with their running game, but with their defensive front seven. They've got one of the best defensive front sevens in the SEC, which means they've got one of the best defensive fronts in the nation.
So, Mark, did Heupel turn that around with the NIL, the portal? How did he make this transition, or were the cupboards fairly full by the time he got there?
No, they weren't full, but he did a terrific job of recruiting and developing his first couple of years. They were always right on the brink of getting there, but Georgia was just so much above everybody else except Alabama in the SEC. They couldn't catch Georgia. So it was one of those things. They'd win 8 games, they'd win 9 games, they'd get 10 games, but they couldn't catch Georgia every year because Georgia was the defending national champs, and they were also in the East and the SEC. So, if you can't beat Georgia, you can't get to the playoffs. So right now, this is a team that this year they got there because it's an expanded playoff, and they're looking pretty good. And I like this Tennessee team to come out of the win because Ohio State, they're still going to be licking their wounds from that Michigan loss. It's going to be on their field again, and Herb Street said it right on the selection day that, you know what, if they get down in this game, they're going to be facing a lot of boos. And if it gets to the fourth quarter and they're down by 7 or they're down by 10, a lot of those fans might stomp out of the shoe, or they're definitely going to be sitting there booing the Buckeyes.
Mark, did the CFP committee get it right?
No, heck no. Wasn't even close. Everybody's talking about Alabama not getting in. If you put Alabama or Ole Miss on a neutral site against ASU, against Clemson, against SMU, against Boise State, against Indiana, they would be double-digit favorites. And I'm not saying that Alabama's a world beater. Yeah, they stunk it up against Oklahoma, and they got beat by Vandy. Well, Vandy is not old Vandy. Vandy is a bowl-eligible team, and they're going bowling this year. So Vandy is not old Vandy. They played Texas tough and Texas tight. So you look at Alabama's losses, they're kind of quality losses except that Oklahoma loss. Everybody talks about Alabama not getting in and putting SMU in. I'm trying to find out if the selection committee is supposed to be full of integrity, and they tell everybody during the season, head-to-head matters, strength of schedule matters, those head-to-head games matters. Then if that's the case, how in the heck does SMU that played Clemson?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
very good point.
So what do you think is being induced into the committee to avoid an Alabama team with 3 losses and to kind of go down the road you're going to? What seems to be the motivation?
I couldn't tell you what the motivation is. I think they're covering their butt because they're always saying that, well, they're seated higher. And you look at where SMU was seated before the game because they were much higher, like 5 spots ahead of Alabama. And if they lost, well, they've dropped teams during the season when they've called it. When they lost, if they're ranked 3rd, 4th, or 5th, they've dropped them to 8, 9, or 10th. So don't tell me that. So there's no excuse for this. And I think they've lost a lot of credibility by doing this.
So looking at the quarterfinals, looking at what's ahead, is it Georgia's to lose at this point? Is Notre Dame finally come through, or is there a dark horse Cinderella like in Arizona State that could upset the apple cart?
Slow your roll, big boy, on this ASU stuff.
Wow.
This year, but they're not world beaters. They're going to have to face Texas in the next round, and that's got to be key because they're probably going to get trounced. The easiest way to the semifinals is 5 and 6, Texas and Penn State. Texas goes against Clemson, number 12. We know Clemson isn't that great. Then they get ASU. They're going to be a double-digit favorite in that next game. And if you look at Penn State, they get SMU in their backyard, and then they play Boise State. So that's the easiest way to go. The toughest way to go is for Oregon. Look at Oregon. Oregon's got to play the winner of Tennessee and Ohio State. And then they're probably going to have to play Texas to get to the championship game. So they've got a tough way to go. I think the other one is I think Notre Dame kind of has a tough road to go because they're going to have to play Georgia. So Georgia's just sitting back watching Indiana and Notre Dame in-state rivalry play each other. They're probably going to be playing in the snow and in the cold. They're just sitting back in Georgia and Athens watching this game being played, and they get to play them in the Sugar Bowl.
So could Georgia win it without their quarterback? They got the backup kid. Looks like they might be a UCL for Carson Beck. I mean, they're not saying, but it does look like that kid's going to be able to go.
Let me tell you what. That young man played better than Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Because they weren't able to move the ball. They weren't able to score touchdowns in the first half, and Carson Beck got hurt on the last play of the first half. The youngster comes in and does a terrific job, moves him down the field, puts points on the board. Guess what? They end up finding a way to win the game with a backup quarterback that only had mop-up snaps during the season.
Your thoughts on Belichick? You think he'll be there
Lock
longer?
up the sororities, baby. Put a big padlock on the sororities.
You had to go down that road, didn't you, Mark?
Too easy. Yes.
Hey, it was out there. It was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You expect me not to pick it?
How long you think you'll be there?
I just have a tough time watching and hopefully in the future thinking of Bill Belichick sitting at a kitchen table of a 17-year-old with his parents and trying to get that kid and convince them with his attitude of, oh, you need to come to North Carolina and play here. It's like, it's great you won the Super Bowls and stuff like that, but do you know how tough it is to recruit? Bill's never done this. You know how nasty it is with the transfer portal and buying kids with the NIL and going out and recruiting kids and traveling on a plane and traveling and driving like 200 miles to sit down and talk to a high school kid. He's not into that. I'm sure he's going to have assistants do that and handle most of that. But still, you got to convince that player to come play for you. And a lot of the heady players are not just going for the money. They're going to sit there and say, you know, I know he's won Super Bowls, but he's never coached in college like this.
3.
So it's going to be an uphill battle. And the other thing is, I can't wait for that first press conference after Bill has a loss. And they say, Coach, what happened to Clemson? You couldn't stop the run. And he's got, on the Georgia Tech.
Yeah. How about Rich Rod in West Virginia?
I love this. And Rich Rod's done a terrific job. It's a second and third chance that he's getting and fourth chance, and he's done a terrific job at Jacksonville State. And he turned that program around, going for outside of the FBS and into the FBS and winning with back-to-back 9-win seasons thus far. And going back to West Virginia, where he really had his big success. You know, he had some top 5 teams there before he took the Michigan job. He was a finalist for the Alabama job. He ended up going to Michigan, but he had a tremendous amount of success at West Virginia and doing it without a lot because he's in Morgantown and he's recruiting across the country and doing it and bringing those kids into Morgantown and turning the program around like he did. And they love him there, and I think this is going to be a great transition for him. Jacksonville State back to West Virginia, and I think the Mountaineers are lucky. They got their guy.
If Mark May's on that team last night, Devondre Campbell walks off, and you're seeing him walk off, what's your initial thoughts, and what's your thoughts now?
I'd be in the locker room, and I'd be gathering all of his clothes and throwing it in a duffel bag and holding the door open for him on the way out and kicking his butt when he walks through it.
Don't let that direction. You know what on the way out. Have you ever seen anything like that ever, Mark?
No. Talk definition of quit.
Yeah.
I can't believe that any team in the NFL, I don't care how good he is, I don't care what his numbers are, but the environment in the NFL, the culture in the NFL locker rooms, I can't believe any team that would sign him and bring him in because the players would absolutely revolt because you can't count on him. How can you have a player that's quit during a football game, is not going to be available and not go in the game and walk off, and then all of a sudden you're in a tough game where you need a good player to come in, you need a good linebacker to come in and get a stop because the starter's nicked up a little bit. Can you really count on him? No, you can't.
Who's your Heisman Trophy winner tomorrow night?
Oh, you know it's Hunter. Yeah. Travis Hunter. He's got to get. How can he win the Bednarik, the Biletnikoff, not win the Thorpe, which is for the best defensive back, but then turn around, he's got to end up winning the Heisman. So he's got a lot of hardware he's collected this week.
Mark, as always, buddy, are you on this weekend on ABC 15, or you guys got a little
Sunday? Just Sunday.
Okay,
and then we pick it up. Then we pick it up the following week. So I kind of have an easy week. I don't have a Monday night game this week, but I do the following week. So just Sunday this week, covering the Arizona Cardinals against the New England Patriots. Can't wait for Drake May to be running the ball. He'll have more rushing yards than Kyler. You heard it here first. Go ahead and bet it right now.
I mean, I know you have a press pass. What kind of food they have up there?
I don't have a press pass. I got to take it away. Fredo Bidwell took my press pass away.
Fredo. Hey, yo, Mark.
The NFL made different rules. It's baloney. I talked to my people in the NFL office. They said that's a lie. He just comes up with stuff of what he wants to do. That's why this team's cursed because of him, and they'll never win a Super Bowl. Ever. One thing I have over you, Bidwell, 2 Super Bowl championships that you'll never sniff one in your lifetime.
Hey, just real quick, did I see that the Redskins name by your owner is trying to get brought back?
Get it back?
Is that what did I read that the other day?
They're discussing it now because he doesn't want to do it, but now the waters have changed since Trump got reelected and put back in the White House. There's a lot of things going on in Washington now that all that culture crap is going all the way. So they're talking about doing it. The last that I heard is they're going to put the emblem on the helmet or on the uniform, the Redskin emblem, but not the name of the Redskins. That's the last that I heard of it.
That's a start. That's good stuff. Mark, have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Mark May joining us. You can follow him on Twitter at Mark_May. He's brought to you today by Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the selection. Wright Toyota here in Scottsdale on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. They have the right deal for everyone. Right now, you can check out their inventory of their pre-owned certifieds. They have a lot of them and a ton of them under $15,000. That's right. All at WrightToyota.com. We'll finish up next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
You're clear.
Traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
US 60 Superstition Freeway eastbound near McClintock, where there is an accident blocking 2 middle lanes, stop and go traffic from Mill Avenue. US 60 west, this is near Chrisman Road. There is an accident off right. Also an accident being reported baseline at the Loop 101 and Bullard Avenue at Waddell Road. That's a look at Phoenix traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on the holidays' most fun gifts, all for under $15. Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5 Active Hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text Peaks to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
You okay?
I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you've been too busy to sign up for your health insurance plan, it's understandable. It's also why there's Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see the plans available to you and even speak to a licensed insurance agent. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. They'll answer your questions, and when you're ready, even help you apply. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. Getting your new health insurance plan could be easier than you think. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
The college game has never been closer to the pro game than it is now with the NIL era, with the playoffs in college football to get to the national championship. And so I think you hear him talk about, I'm going to run it like a pro style program. And to me, that means he's going to go in, he's going to basically go out into free agency like he's done in the NFL. That's what you can do now in college football, so whether it's the transfer portal or you're recruiting kids from high school. This isn't like when I was coming out of high school.
Clip ends 15 seconds. Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
With my parents at my house and kind of convinced me to go there. This is like, hey, I'm Bill Belichick. Here's the money that we're offering you. And oh, by the way, if you come play for me, no one will prepare you better to get to the NFL than I will. And so I think there's a lot of similarities that he'll be able to do. I think the one thing that will be a tremendous challenge is that 20-hour week in college.
That's Brian Hoyer, the former quarterback in the NFL. Most recently, he played for the Raiders last year. The guy was in the league since 2009.
Long time.
He was a redshirt. He was redshirted at Michigan State. What a way for him to be a redshirt guy out of Michigan State, and then what he did to have a career as long as he did in the National Football League, Super Bowl champion. He was at the Pats 3 times. So he maybe get somebody that'll get hired if he wants to coach.
Sure. He could be a quarterback coach if he wants to.
I mean, there's a reason why Belichick brought him back, 3 times. He drafted him and then brought him back 2 other times.
Well, he knows the system. You know, they could bring it. Brady
great person to teach it.
Exactly. And then if there's a guy they use that system now, whoever the offensive coordinator is going to be, because Bill O'Brien's coaching at Boston College, and who's the other coach he's got out there that was under him? But he knows the system. He knows what's understandable. He knows Bill Belichick, and I think he's spot on with that. Look, Belichick's going to come just close the deal. Here's what we owe you. I can develop you if you're that good to go to the National Football League. I've got all those contacts, and our program will fit your talents in order to move some of these young men along.
I think it's going to be fun to see who he gets as his quarterback next year, because I think it's got to be a portal guy.
Oh,
he's not going to go sit down for some recruit, especially that wants a ton of money.
Sam Levitt's thinking about it.
Don't piss off ASU fans right now.
Why do you want to do that, Rock?
Oh, I was kidding.
3:56 on a Friday.
That's why I
you want
get
to
away
stir
with
that
it.
pot?
No.
Yeah, thank you.
No. Hey, I'm all in on the Devils. So no, I don't. Not at all.
But
you're right. There's 100 programs out there that they could get a quarterback.
And here's the thing too. Nick Saban used to go meet with Bill Belichick every summer and chat about football in college. And so now I'm sure Belichick's saying, okay, Nick, what about all the things you had to deal with? What don't you like? And I'm sure he's did his homework. They were on the phone negotiating with UNC for 5 hours on Sunday, covering anything and everything. So he's probably out and about. What's interesting, we had Andrew Carter on the from back in Raleigh, is that this may have been in the works for 2 months? On the down low, kind of doing his homework. That being Bill Belichick and some of the others. That's pretty damn good. As much leakage as gets out there to keep that on the down low until this last weekend for something like that to happen.
Again, I think everybody is fascinated by it. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. This could be. I think it is the number one story of 2024 when it comes to sports. It's hard to top Yankees-Dodgers. That is pretty awesome.
Sure.
If it would have went 7 games, maybe. But other than that, the championship with Michigan, okay. I don't know. It wasn't a lot. It was, what was it? The Celtics winning the NBA championship.
Yeah, Celtics. I cannot see any of the greatest coaches of all time in the National Football League retiring, taking a step back. Can't see Tom Landry, the great Tom Landry, late great Tom Landry, going to Texas Tech, or Vince Lombardi going to going back to Army, in coaching, or even Chuck Noll, going back to college to go do whatever. Now the landscape is very professional like now, so they could probably fit a little bit better.
Do you think Herm Edwards has had some conversations with Bill? Do you think Bill reached out?
3
said, hey, how was that transition? Or you think Bill is Bill and he doesn't want to talk to
Well, I think Bill, like I said, the relationship with Nick Saban is they're very tight. They used to coach together.
I get that, but
other coaches,
Herm Edwards went from NFL to back to college.
I'm sure he did, and I'm sure that Mike Lombardi talked to some of the other guys in college as the GM overseeing this program, what he's going to do. Talk to a lot of guys. These guys are smart. They vet a lot of people. They want to go in and say, what am I getting into? These guys have done their homework. They vetted. They understand what it's going to take. Now, doing that and having a kid walk in after the last bowl game and say, look, I'm only making $500,000. How about if we got the $8 to $1 million? Bill Belichick said, look, you go talk to Mike Lombardi and we'll get it figured out. And it's kind of like with Belichick. If you don't like it, we'll find somebody else. See, I think that's where he can be really hard-handed or heavy-handed. Like,
I hope they open the curtain and they'll allow us to see how this all goes down. I mean, a 20 for 20 or an HBO
I'd love to see a little
behind-the-scenes deal, like a Hard Knocks with UNC would
Sure.
be awesome. Just to
Full
see how
access.
this
Full
how
access.
this would go down.
Yeah.
Or just put some ring cameras in his office or something,
I wonder
so
what-
we could see.
I wonder
That
what
would be
kind of
good.
what kind of traditions or what kind of sayings he's going to have. Is it going to be the same from the Patriots, the "Do your job" saying, or is he
Sure.
going to kind of implement his own stuff?
And after interviews, he does an interview. Go Tar Heels! How every coach, go Devils!
Hey, all the players I've heard interviewed this week have said he is a very user-friendly coach and deals with so many guys. I've heard Duron Cherry the other day talking about, hey, look, he talked to me. He was part of the team. He's not the guy that you're used to seeing. He's very jovial. He's communicative.
Heels!
And he's just one of those guys. But what Mark May said is after a very difficult loss to North Carolina State, what are you going to say? Yeah, what are you definitely going to say?
Don't you think, though, him in the media kind of helped him prepare for college, like his image? Because before, Jimmy B every day, Bill Belichick's a funny guy. He's relaxed and stuff. And you saw him in the media this year, more personality from him.
There's the media guy, and then there's the coach. There's a whole different realm.
As we let you go, what's on tap? Poured by the Roc and Manuch Chamber, brewed by Dos Equis. Suns at Utah tonight, 7:30. Finally get to watch some basketball.
KD probably
tomorrow.
30
at Phillies on Warner. Jax and Ben will have the show going tomorrow. So from 11 to 1. So head on over there, watch some college football. As there are a bunch of games tomorrow. So not a lot, but there's one that is a must-watch, Army-Navy. So
15.
We'll do it again on Monday. We'll be out at the Trophy Bar for a doubleheader of Monday
10.
Night Football. So come on out and join us. That's Monday. But until then, have a great weekend.
5.